Another great product brought to you by TAP Security Products. Streetwise Security Products has manufactured another fine product brought to you by TAP Security Products. This is the Falcon 5-inch spring assisted Second Amendment knife. It's got a 3-inch handle with a 2-inch blade that has the Second Amendment of the Bill of Rights etched and engraved into the blade, as you can see here. It also has a seatbelt cutter along with a glass breaker at the very end of this knife, along with a beautiful American flag handle. The Second Amendment knife retails for $19.99. Right now, you can buy it through till the end of Christmas online at tapsecurityproducts.com for a low special price of $14.95 plus tax and shipping. Again, that's tapsecurityproducts.com. Get your products and stuffing stockers now.
Well, hello, good morning, and good evening, YouTube and Facebook, which is where I'm streaming to tonight, to both places. So, how is everybody doing? Well, I need to put some. I'm actually going to post some really good news first. I was going to do the bad news, but let me start with the good news. How about that? I'm going to put this on. Hang on a second. I'm trying to pull this up. Let's see if I can do it. How about I do it this way? Hang on, I'm waiting for to be able to pop this up. It's a file, so I got to download. So, hang on, guys. Just hang on. I'm waiting for everybody to get in here. I don't know what news you guys have heard because I've been kind of putting it out, but I've been putting it out. Man, my internet, man, it's acting up. It's freezing. There we go. My end, anyways. All right, guys. Today's going to be entertaining, so I am going to need some donations tonight because it's going to be very entertaining here in a minute. I'm just trying to get more people in the chat. This is going to be, I'm going to put out okay. I'm going to put out, yep. Dub Loves, I was actually in Harvey's live, dumbass. Pay attention next time. Dumbass. Jackass. Anyways. Yes, that's the news, and I figured that's the big news, so I'm going to go ahead and put it out. Don't spoil it for everybody, Dub Loves. Keep it to yourself. Jesus Christ. Anyways, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to present. Let's see if I get it on the screen. Let's see. He always likes to ruin shit for me. Let's see. All files. Let's see if I can do it. Show video. I'm not going to be able to show it unless I do it this way. I'm going to show it this way. Share screen. Bam. There you guys go. That's right. That's right. Good news is, guys, former, I'm proud to present, former police officer Matthew David Bowie Kruger, you are the weakest link. You're fired. He's been actually fired, guys. This is no joke. This is coming to you live because guess what tab I'm showing? Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Uh-oh, what happened here? I'm getting hit with an ad. How does that happen? Oh, it's Fox 4 here. That's what it was. It was a four I was going to say a Fox 4 ad. All right, guys. There you guys go. Fort Worth police officer fired for arrest that injured woman. So everybody should be celebrating with joy. Freddy Krueger is gone. He fired for excessive force. How about this? It's all over the news, guys. The only reason I knew this morning, they sent me some records that indicated he was no longer with the department. I was at court. I got a text message from Zoom around 4:00 ish. A couple officers were all freaking out when they were getting their emails. So I got word while I was in the courtroom with Manuel Mata's case. So anybody that feels bad about Carolina, don't feel bad because there's some things coming. Now that Officer Kruger has been fired for excessive force, which wasn't brought up in her case, we will be getting retribution. Nope. Aaron, he's already done it twice. He's not going to. Hold on. You guys aren't seeing my facial expressions here. I'm sorry. Boom. That's twice. Twice he's been fired. Irving and Fort Worth. So he ain't going to be able. He's going to have to drive 13 hours away to get another job as a cop. Wait a second. Rivas going to Fort Worth? I thought he was facing criminal charges. Kruger got fired. That is correct. Correctamundo. Let me put this on the screen. Let me try to put this on the screen. There you go. There you go. Party, guys. Party. Bye, Freddie. You are fired. Louisville will probably hire Kruger up there. They're hurting for bad cops. Cops. I didn't mean to say bad cops. I'm just saying. You know me and my bad cops. I love me policy violations because that's how I get them all day long. Get them written up and fired. Find me some bad policy violators. If you're doing your job, I got no problem with you. That's all I ask. Do your job. That's it. Leave me alone. Do your job. Have some respect. That's it. It ain't very hard. Just follow policies. So, anyways, guys, I'm still bringing you the news. So make sure you keep those donations coming. And you can always go over to tapsecurityproducts.com. Get yourself defense items. Because I am selling like they're hotcakes, okay? Got to get rid of them. I don't know about his license, but it is true. He is fired. You're fired, Freddie. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. Look, all the papers are sharing Freddy Krueger getting fired. So that's the really great news, guys. Now, what's even better is now Carolina has grounds for an appeal and a civil suit. So maybe we can get case law made here. Okay? So that's just one thing. So are you guys good with Ralph Riley? I did the landscape for you tonight, okay, buddy? I did it for you because you bitch so much about that little itty bitty vertical screen. I did it for you. Anyways, well, they had to wait till after her trial, Brandon Mitchell. What do you think she got released on an appeals bond, basically, probation, and now he's gone. I told everybody they were waiting to see what happened at the trial. I already knew when the trial was gone, he was going to be gone. I already knew it. So, and I was going to go to the next city council and ask for the chief of police's head resignation along with the mayor's. Chief has already declared his resignation and retirement in May. So that's one less thing I got to do. Now I just got to go after the head of the snake, the queen bitch herself. Mad Hattie Parker, Mayor Mad Hattie Parker, like the Mad Hatter. She is mad. She is feelings, not Law and Order, but feelings. So, anyways, guys, I'm a little animated because I had a Dr. Pepper earlier today. I've been off caffeine for like 2-3 weeks, and I'm just buzzing with excitement and caffeine. So I'm having a little bit of fun here. So let's get into this, guys. You've already got the word. Freddy Krueger has been terminated. As Trump would say, you're fired. You're fired, Mr. Krueger. You're fired. So anyways, we the people won, Officer Krueger 0. All right. So let me get into the really bad news today, okay? And I will end it on some more good news. It just won't be great news, but it'll be good news, okay? So, number 2. I'm sure you guys have all heard by now, Craig Hendry has gotten 2 years. He's got sentenced to 2 years, so we're losing another auditor, cop watcher, activist, citizen journalist, whatever you want to label us as. Because that's what the DA did. Oh, wait till I tell you what happened in his courtroom the last 2 days. Oh my God, this is golden. That's why I'm trying to save it for last. But just sub to Gravy Brandon. Who's Gravy Brandon? Oh, who's Cat Gravy? Cat Gravy. So, anyways, before I get started any further, without further ado, let me say hi to everybody since there's 23 of us in here now. We got Jody Shillow, James Forbes, OTBL, No Bootlicker, JBTP. Got myself in here. James Forbes. Erin Hickey, as always. I got to see her last week twice during Carolina's trial. I got to see her yesterday during Manuel Mata's pre-selection of a jury trial and part of the questioning of the first. So Erin is a big-time in-person supporter. She watches all of us. So we appreciate that, Erin. Hats to you, darling. I appreciate you backing us. Instead of backing the blue, you're backing the camera. James Forber, you're backing what's right. That's what's really it. Jody Shillow, already called Jenny in the house. I'm going to skip over Dub Wubs because he don't rate. Just kidding, Dubs. I love you, man. Let's OTVO. King Bluto in the house. Rami as always. Oh, there we go. Wild Journey Nation Free Press. I have not forgotten about you. I've just been extremely busy and tied up, but I will be getting back to you starting tomorrow morning. I may even start tonight depending on how long this live stream goes. So appreciate you for stopping in and visiting with us. You got Jug of Glasses. I think that's Juglasses, but I could be wrong. I just call you Jugs. Jugs. Nightbot. I don't know about that Nightbot, guys. Be careful what you say in the chat. Nightbot might bounce you. All right. We got 777. Life Under the Microscope, a.k.a. LUTM. Yes, Fruit Kruger got filed. Wild Journey Nation Pre. Oh, man, I'm probably behind on the chat here, huh? What do we got? Pig's Daughter. Bam, right there. There you go. Pig's Daughter. Cops are 5150. Stellar in the house. Kruger going to Galveston. Yeah, that's probably. We'll just switch teammates, switch players. They're both free agents. She'll slip your punches. Did I read that right? She'll slip your punches. Okay. Oh, kind of like she will slip your punch. Oh, okay. I don't know. If that is you in that picture, you're a hottie. I appreciate stopping in though. Hillsboro highlights. Appreciate you coming in. Justice for the people. Let's see. Sorry, I'm a little animated. I'm jacked up today, guys. Brandon Mitchell, as always. King Bluto. Ralph Riley. I'm just trying to get caught up on the people that are in here. Okay, guys. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Let's see, Jeff, there we go. What's up, Jeff? Hendry exposed their real estate scam inside some city hall government, and they framed Hendry for exposing the scam. That's typical. Aussie Nathan, chaotic. I told you that was going to happen, chaotic. People don't listen to what I predict. I got the crystal ball. I know what's going to happen before it happens, or I at least expect it when it happens. Sin City giggles in Liberty. All righty. So I think I got everybody covered. So appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. If I'm a little coming across a little jacked up and annoying, I do apologize. We are streaming over to Facebook and YouTube right now live. So anybody that's in here, I appreciate you. Four-quarter fist in the air. He's a little late, ain't he? We're partying like somebody got fired. Did I say that out loud? Hey, somebody got rid of my job. I'm happy when a cop loses his. So especially a bad one, like good old Criminal Kruger over here. Criminal Kruger. All right. So anyways, we got the bad news about Craig Hendry getting 2 years sentenced to jail So hopefully that won't be as painful. Hopefully he gets an appeal and maybe granted maybe some bond out so he can be with his baby and his girl. So I don't maybe necessarily agree with everything he does, but I don't agree that he should have gone to jail for what he did. His style just isn't my style, but then again, my style isn't everyone else's style. So everybody has that. I can agree to not agree or not agree to agree. I mean, either way you want to look at it. I try to stay safe and stay out of jail. Um, Stay out of the dungeon and out of them goddamn torture cuffs. Torture cuffs are always torture. Put it in the chat. Torture cuffs are always torture. TCAAT. Torture cuffs are always torture. So I'm going to roll on. I'm going to leave this up on the screen for right now. Friday Krieger, you're fired. So Manuel Mata's case. Let me get onto that real quick. Okay. So Manuel Mata was found guilty today of interference. It's bullshit how it went down. You'd call it the cop lying on the stand. You'd call it the prosecution lying on the stand. I don't really think he interfered. C.J. Grissom did a hell of a job. I don't think that the jury would have found him innocent if Johnny Cochran was in there, okay? I really think that jury was going to convict no matter what. They did on Carolinas. Now, they convicted him, and it's guilty. So we have a found verdict of guilty. Well, I talked to the officer afterwards. When he was questioned on the stand, he didn't know what the plain view doctrine was. But when I explained it outside, he was like, "Oh yeah, I know. They just teach us that. They don't tell us what it is." So we have an education problem. They're teaching these guys and having outside consultants on how to deal with auditors. The only problem is they're teaching these guys that they can say, "We had an active investigation. You got to stand way over here and don't cross this line." Well, that's violating my First Amendment by doing that. Now, if you come up to me and say, "Hey, look, I've got something going on here. Don't encroach any further." Once I take another step, that would be interference. That's how they got pressed with rancor, okay? But telling me to step back, we saw that in the Chile de Castro case where it was overturned. Oh, no, on the stand, he admitted twice he didn't know what the plain view doctrine was. He asked, C.J. Grisham asked him, "Do you know what the plain view doctrine is?" Nope. But outside, when I talked to him, "Oh, they just teach us that, but I didn't know what it was called." So they are not training the people in the academy very well, okay? This guy's a former Marine. In fact, he's probably watching my channel right now. He told me after we spoke out there that I was going live, and so he subscribes to my channel. Now, there are some things that took place, but let me start with yesterday. And then we'll lead up to today, okay? So yesterday we do a jury selection. During the jury selection, I didn't agree with something the prosecution was saying. I'm in the very back. No one can see what I'm doing. I'm writing on my little notepad here, and I'm shaking my head just like getting my thoughts and not agreeing with what he was saying. He's like, "Well, this First Amendment auditor back here in the corner." And I popped my head up to figure out, like, what the hell is he talking about? The judge is popping his head up to look right at me and go, like, "Well, what the hell is he talking about?" You know what? You called me out. And then we got past the jury selection. Now, I told CJ that there was all these jurors that I liked and I didn't like based on their body language, based on what they were saying. Now, I will tell you this. I'm really good at reading people, okay? Body language, the way they talk, the way they act, the tone of voice. I can see the signs before anything happens. And I thought we had a really good jury, okay? The problem is it doesn't matter how good or how bad your jury is. In Tarrant County, because it's not full of tyrants or anything. Tarrant County's always going to convict you no matter what. They don't find anybody innocent. Never. You have to take it to appeals. It's always going to be in appeals. But that means it's ground for case law. Look at all the case law that's come out of Texas. It's because they always convict people. They always convict them. We got nothing but a bunch of bootlickers that think that cops can't lie and that cops can't do no wrong. And it's always the citizens' fault. In fact, they were sitting there painting the picture that Manuel Mata was a bully and that all of us are instigators. I don't know about you guys, but you guys have watched plenty of my videos. I don't go out there and just screaming at cops. Now, I will go out there and push the buttons of the bad cops. If I get beat up, I'm taking one for the team. I'll get beat up, thrown in jail, beat the crime, get convicted, get out on bond, fight it in appeals, make case law, hopefully, and turn around and get the cop fired, if that's what it takes. I will seriously do that. And the reason I'll do that is because there's no reason for a bad cop to be wearing that badge and that gun. Now, do these guys set off to be bad? I don't think so. I don't think they set off to be bad. But the system, like Manuel Mata said today, it's the culture. The culture makes them bad. The good cops get thrown out of there, or they try to make it their 20 years to retirement so they don't get that shit jacked up. Okay? But anyways, back to what I said. Officer Jordan Mateo, badge number 4182. Yes, guys, I said it right here. Hang on one second. Let me grab my notepad. All right. Back. All right. So, now, the prosecution got to start off first. Opening statements, I thought were great. The prosecution painted a picture full of lies. That's all he did, was paint lies. It wasn't even factual or anywhere near the truth. So, this prosecutor, he's kind of a dick. He really is. Single me out. I'm not even the one on trial here. So that's the problem I had with him. Now in the video, I don't know if you guys have seen the video. I did play it last night. Sergeant Wyatt said in the video, "Carolina, you keep talking, I'm gonna arrest you for interference." So that obviously they don't know interference. Now, Jordan Mateo said that on the stand too. He also said that in the report that he was shouting. Nobody was shouting until you actually engaged in us. Don't engage with us. Best thing to do, don't engage with us. We're not there to engage with you. We're just there to gather content. We're just exercising our First Amendment right. You know, just leave us alone. If we get within 10 or 15 feet, tell us not to come any closer. Why don't you move? You know, it's only criminal negligence when if you get hurt or the suspect gets away. I mean, that's the only way I can see criminal negligence. Outside of that, I don't know what would be criminal negligent about filming the police. I mean, they all admitted that we have the right to film. If we have the right to film, then why are they using interference as a catch-all to get us? That's the problem. Okay, so anyways, they brought another cop on the stand today that got fired for unaliving somebody. I don't even know how they testified that today. But yeah, anyways, they questioned Officer Jordan Mateo, badge number 4182, on the stand. Last night was the first witness. He was called again this morning for prosecution to finish. I mean, it was a long direct. I mean, when CJ got a hold of him, he did get a little rattled. I was getting angry at him because I wasn't appreciating the lies on the stand. At least I felt he lied. And being a former jarhead like myself, honor, courage, commitment, and have integrity. And you're supposed to have that as a police officer. Now, whether his memory is blemished or his perception that it didn't go down the way it did, I'm not going to judge. I think there's a lot of stuff that came to light today. Now, Mr. Mata was found guilty of interference. Because of all his prior convictions, they were doing a minimum of 30 days. That was the minimum sentence for him. The max was 180 days. So the jury decided 90 days. They are just They're just straight bootlickers. I don't know how else to judge that. I mean, they went light on Carolina, but they went heavy on Mata. Okay. Gave him a fine of $500 where Carolina's fine was $750. Gave him some anger management courses. His supervision is $30 a month instead of $60 a month. He's out on a bond right now, awaiting for appeals. So he did not do any jail time today, folks. So he is not going to the slammer. Okay. So that's really good news. Now, on the stand, when he was pleading for his sentencing, he mentioned about his sister's unaliving that happened back in 1999, I believe it was. The prosecution came over and talked to CJ, talked to him, and said that he's got his sister's case on his desk. He's going to look into it, and he's going to try to see what he can do. So he told Mata there's no hard feelings. It's just business. They kind of mended fence. I think it's because the DA finally got a win on Mata after all those losses. So probably didn't think it was a fair shake. I think the fact that he played dirty. Now the female DA that was with him, I think her name was Miss Ann Gray. She's from New York. She played fair. I'll give her that. She had a solid opening, solid arguments, great on research. She brought her A game, and she didn't have to play dirty tricks. So I respect off to you, Miss Gray. If you're watching or you see this video later on, the fact that you didn't have to play dirty and sink low like a normal lawyer, I respect that. You brought your A game without having to play dirty. So I appreciate that. The other one, on the other hand, he called me and Harvey out today. He asked Mata on the stand, who's his First Amendment auditor? I want to know who you are associating with. And so he started to give my name up. He goes, I don't know. I just know about BZ. And then he calls out Harvey Freeberg because he points at Harvey. CJ turned around and asked me straight up, how often have you hung out with him? We've never hung out. Now, we talked on the phone. Have we texted? Have I given him a ride once? Yeah, absolutely. Do we hang out, kick it? No. What you do, do you, it's like, do you, boo, do you, as Mike Horton from Colt News would say, okay? Man, you should have heard all the vulgarity in the courtroom because it was like their only chance to repeat what Mata was saying in those videos. Eat a dick. Go fuck yourself. Loser. Pussy. I mean, it was pretty vulgar in that courtroom the last 2 days because they were repeating what Mata was saying. It was actually kind of funny. I couldn't help but to snicker a little bit, But moving on to the judge. Well, I ain't got there yet. So Manuel Mata had Mateo up there still. Mateo looked flustered. They called him off the stand. And then they pulled up, I got his name down here, Officer Daniel Pritzer. Now, this guy was fired for unaliving somebody. They called him up there and trying to get him for explain this whole trespassing thing that him and Carolina got trespassed and Mata got arrested and show how many times he's been arrested, how he don't care about the law. Anyways, I don't know how you bring someone who was fired from the PD. That was the first thing CJ asked him in cross-examination. Sir, didn't you get fired from the Fort Worth PD in 2018? I mean, I was like, wow. It was the first question and only question CJ got to ask. So they're getting fired left and right, guys. Yeah, I'm keeping that up. I'm just letting you guys know. He did get fired today. For those of you coming in late, good old Freddy Krueger got fired. I've got articles coming up. So, but we're gonna keep that one up because I like that thumbnail that I had Rami kind of do up for me. I told him to get creative, so that's what we came up with. I was gonna put this on a video, and I may do an after video for on Krueger, but that's what happens when you retaliate and pick on little people. Twice in 1 year. Come on, man. You are just as bad as Officer Martin, who just got fired for shooting somebody. And this was his second. Since Krueger started, that was that guy's second excessive force that I know about. And I think you only get 2 strikes of excessive force at Fort Worth before they let you go. I think the first one is like a slap on the wrist. Second one, I think you're out the door. Yeah, I'm sure Brandon, he'll be somewhere else. We'll keep an eye on him. We have his name, Matthew David Bowie Kruger. He can't run. We got all of his. He got all of his middle names, his first name. So, anyways, there's Kruger right there. Bam. In fact, this is what I'm gonna do, guys. Well, I got you on the live. Hang on a second. Well, I got you on the live. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna try to go to this channel right here. Hang on a second. Facebook. We're gonna do this. We're gonna have a little fun, guys. If I can get my internet browser here to work. It's probably because I got too many tabs open. Wow, my internet is moving slow today. What is going on? Could be because I'm live streaming over there too. Actually, Carolina could charge him with 3903. Oppression, excessive force, absolutely. Whether she does it or not, it's on her. I can't control a woman. Well, there we go. About time it popped up. All right. So let's do this. Fort Worth Police Department. There you go. 1 hour ago, guys. I'm sure you guys can see that too right there, right? That's CJ posted on Facebook. Come on, slow ass internet. Oh, maybe I need to close that down. Hang on a second. Maybe that'll speed things up. That didn't do the trick at all. Let me close out my. I was going to close out that email, but hang on a second. All right. Damn, what is going on here? Let me try it again. Hang on a second. Take Kruger's bond. Damn, Keebler, you went to the extent of finding his bond number? Awesome. Awesome. I don't know what's going on. Here we go. God dang, man. What is taking so long here? Fort Worth Police Department. I want to see what they got on there. Oh my God, what is taking so long? Jesus. Are you serious? Because that's what I was going to do right now, our guy. Please tell me you're joking. That's what I planned on doing. Can't even get this to pop up, man. I don't know what's going on. See if I can do this real quick. Man, this thing's moving slow. I'm wondering if it's because I'm live over on Facebook. I've never seen it move this slow before. God dang. Might as well take some ibuprofen while I'm waiting. What happened here? My StreamYard. Oh, shit. My StreamYard went missing. Hang on. I'm coming. Hang on. I don't know. I'm having a little internet problem. I'm coming. Hang on. I don't know what happened there. Here we go. Let's see. Forward PD. You better not have posted my picture. I'll be pissed off at you. Gonna have some fun with this. See, photo. There we go. Doing that just on the Chiefs page. About time you did something ethical. There we go. Just had to kind of zippity doo dah my little puns in there. Fort Worth, see. Public. I just like to post to a few of the pages on there on Facebook. And we're going to do this so he can't go nowhere. Two new officers. I wanted to make sure they weren't Kruger here. Oh, they won't let you post the picture at this place. Oh, good to know. Good to know. All right. Back to your browser. Okay, so I just want to make sure. All right, so we'll get back to this tab real quick. I posted that a few places. That's okay. Got it out there. Flying Grandpa in the house. Keebler in the house. What's the matter, you? Who else we got that snuck in? I didn't see Grateful Dabs. All right. So, anyways, before I continue on, guys, I want to continue about the judge here in a second. And then my little conversation with Mateo outside. And then we'll kind of get into some things, play around and joke around and have some fun. But I need some help, guys. I need that cheddar. I need some help. Donate to Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, or do like some of you guys have had and go right over to my website, tapsecurityproducts.com. And since I'm in landscape mode, all these links are going to work tonight. So you click directly on them. It'll take you right over. Now, I don't know if you guys saw that first knife in the very beginning, but it's the Second Amendment knife. It's engraved with the Second Amendment of the Bill of Rights on it. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. I'm just kind of hitting that one up because you know what? I'm feeling very patriotic right now. So I did get some more knives in. I got a new K-bar that came in. I got a new auto and another OTF that came in. These are all fairly new. Flag. Also, see, where are we at? We got there we go. Second Amendment knife. Bam. All right. Let's see. Share this tab. Right there, the Second Amendment knife on sale for $14.95 plus tax and shipping. It's a 5-inch knife. It's got 3 inches on the handle, 2 inches on the blade. Nice edge, 13 stars. It's got a seatbelt cutter and a window breaker for $14.95 plus shipping and handling. And get them while they're hot. Get them in time for Christmas. I think we can probably still get them out in time for Christmas. Get your stocking stuffers and your gifts now. And look, you want to see I got Marine K bars. That's another. Actually, you know what? Here, I'll do that right now. K bar. Boom. I'll just do that for you right now. Hang on. Categories. I got K bar down here. It's probably spelling it wrong. So I got all kinds of. These are all kinds of K bar knives. Even got a lunch utensil set, which somebody bought already. You got outdoor military. There we go, right there. There you go. You got your military K bars. I like this one right here. I like the black on black right there. It's American steel, by the way, guys. Made in America. K bar. It's made right there in New York. Okay, you get this knife right here on sale, $115.94 plus shipping and well, actually, shipping's free when you buy that knife. Anything over $100 gets free shipping. Anything over $100 gets free shipping. I got other K bars though. I've even got a Space Force one. If I let's see if I find it. Where's my Space Force one? I saw that here somewhere. Where's my miscellaneous? It's man, where's it at? I had it in here somewhere. Outdoor fixed blades. Maybe that's it. Where did I see it at? I'm looking, guys. I'm looking real quick, and then we'll get back to it. I was just trying to find. Space Force has like a looks like this knife here, but it has a blue handle. I don't know where it's at. Hang on, I could probably do this real quick. Probably do it like this. Space Force. No, maybe we don't have it anymore. Thought we did. There it is. Found it. There you guys go. Space Force. For those of you like the K-Bar Space Force, right there. Get your pepper spray, stun guns, knife. Oh! Look who just graced us with his presence.
What's up, big
Let
dog?
me get that out of there. I'm glad you showed up, man.
Hey, dude.
We were blessed. We're not worthy. We're not
Shut
worthy.
up.
Did
No
you
way,
hear?
man. You're the one who's doing it all, dude.
Did you hear it? Here, look, I even got something for you on the screen.
Well, not only did I hear, but I did a live like within minutes of you sending me the link earlier.
Really?
Yeah, I covered it because I wanted people to know what was going on, but I gave you all the credit and told everybody to get over to your channel.
Look at this right here. Look at that. Look at that.
That's pretty funny.
Had Rami do it up while I was still at the courthouse.
Jeez. What a dickhead. I hope he goes to jail for that.
3903 oppression, man.
Unbelievable. I can't believe that dude's not in prison.
Oh, he might be getting charges, man. Well, that's all right. He'll be over in Louisville PD, or he'll be down in Galveston Island next week, switching places with Rivas, who just got fired because of Harvey. So,
dude, it's funny. It's funny because I told my audience he'll probably end up in Apple Valley, California.
No, he'll just 5 hours away in Texas like they all do, so they keep their certification. Now, keep in mind, the DFW area, he's been terminated for excessive force in 2 departments now. Irving and Dallas County next door, and now Fort Worth and Tarrant County.
Gosh, what a nightmare, dude.
Now, I'm glad you came on because here's the question. Everybody's been asking me, and I'm pretty sure we could do it, but couldn't she file a criminal complaint on him now?
Well, I mean, she could ask for the prosecutor to charge him. I mean, I don't know that a citizen has the right to directly file.
Well, couldn't she file a criminal complaint with the DA and just let the DA decide to... That's what I'm saying. Like if she goes,
she could lodge a complaint. It doesn't mean they're going to do it.
I mean, I think they owe that to her at least after they convicted her last week.
Man, no kidding, dude.
Oh, hey, I knew this was going to happen. You know how I knew he was going to get fired? Like 45 minutes before I found out. Records sent me something saying that no records found at the police department, and I'm like, really?
Active investigation.
No, closed investigation, terminated.
I don't understand. Oh, right. Well, typically, if there's no records available, that means there's an active criminal investigation.
I know, but after Carolina's case last week with Kruger being in a suit and not in his uniform.
Yeah.
Because all these officers have been tested. They brought in another officer that got fired in 2018 to be a character witness or whatever against Mata, and he got fired in 2018 from Fort Worth PD for unaliving a man.
What?
And he's still on the street.
Dude, they must really be hurting for officers if they're
Oh, they said that in the courtroom. We don't need these auditors like filming our cops and having to let our cops be distracted to look over their shoulders. And
That's ridiculous.
I'm like, come on. Now, let me tell you this. Something I talked to CJ personally in person today. CJ Grisham. Okay.
Yeah.
He has got someone who's helped sponsor a bill because he's helped write the bill to actually put more narrowly tailored on the definition of interference with public duties instead of just saying in defense of prosecution speech only. Because what about our right to assemble, our right to petition, our right?
Yeah, they make it so vague that you don't know. So it's easy to make an arrest.
I mean, and really, the reason Mata got arrested, did you not see his video?
I've been working all day, man. I took a few breaks to go live, but
let me sum it up for you because I showed it last night.
All
okay.
Right.
Remember Chili walking backwards when he said back up?
Yeah.
And he says, all right, stand back. Don't cross that line. He's like, there's 10 cracks in the line. Which one don't you want me to cross? You're under arrest, Mata.
Yeah.
It's almost like the Chili de Castro case.
Yeah. But in Texas.
Right. So what do you think? About time you got fired, right? I knew they were going to wait till after her verdict. I knew that was going to happen.
He should be in prison. I mean, what he did to her is like attempted murder as far as I'm concerned.
What do you think of me doing my shows now from home? I wish I figured out this setup a long time ago. This would have made it much easier to go live. Oh, just my setup right now, the way I can show stuff on the screen. I'm in landscape mode.
Oh, you mean you're using your regular computer?
Yeah, everything I'm doing is on the computer. I'm streaming from my phone. That's why it's sitting up as high as it is, getting me right here because I have my background.
Oh, I see.
I don't have a webcam and I don't have a microphone. Well, I have a microphone. I just can't get it to work right now for the computer. So I'm using.
I don't know because it cuts off it cuts off my face completely, but other than that, it looks cool.
Let's see right there. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
I thought I had it. For some reason it's because there you go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, nobody wants to see you anyways. They just want to hear what you got to say.
They want to see the watchdog.
they want to see Freddy Krueger getting you're fired. It's like Donald Trump going, "You're fired."
I know. Well, that's I couldn't have happened to a scummier guy. I just wish that he would have been fired right away. It's disconcerting that they waited to fire him until after the case.
Yeah, it really does suck that it took this long. I mean, it would have helped her case. I think that's why they waited.
Of course. I still think she has a high probability of getting her case reversed.
She still has an excessive force case because it wasn't able to be brought up into the trial.
Well, she definitely can argue excessive force in her lawsuit. Again, I know that they're so shifty, these defense lawyers, in the civil cases. They'll try to argue res judicata or collateral estoppel or come up with some way to try to get the civil case thrown out. So it's really important.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I got a word from the new president coming in about what he's got to say about Freddy Krueger.
You're fired. Get out of
here. That's great.
Just saying, guys.
That is funny.
Now Keebler does behind the scenes. She's the lady in Texas that she's a homeless vet. Okay. She travels with her van and cops harass her. She does a lot of music, but she does a lot of behind the scenes for us. She does a lot of research like I do.
His bond is still active, huh?
Yes, his bond is still active. She is able to look up a lot of these things for us.
Oh, that's terrific. Well, yeah, we kind of knew he wasn't, those police. Look, the police unions are so powerful, man. Good luck him losing his credentials.
So, well, you know what? I'm really thinking he's already burned up 2 counties up here.
Yeah.
He's going to have to go all the way to – I'm serious. Harvey Freebird about 2 or 3 months ago got rid of Rivas for excessive force down in Galveston, okay?
Yeah.
We just got rid of Krueger up here in Fort Worth for excessive force. They're just going to swap like free agents.
Unbelievable.
I guarantee you that'll happen. 5-6 hours away, they both swap.
What an embarrassment.
Now I did the cop that arrested Mata in this case. Now I did talk to him outside the courtroom afterwards. I've had an encounter with him myself. Now, he's a former Marine, but he's a liar. And he's watching my channel probably right now because he admits
That's a
he watches
shame.
it. But he says that Mata went up to them shouting and calling them names. That's not what happened, and the video saw it today. Okay. Now, regardless of that, he lied, or maybe he couldn't recall his memory, and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Okay, even though that's not what the case is. But I talked to him afterwards and said, and he went up to Mata and talked to Mata after this thing and said there's no hard feelings. So there was a lot of mending wounds today. Even the prosecutor went up to and mended feelings. And it's going to help with his sister's unaliving case from '99.
Gosh.
So nothing personal is what I kept hearing, but yet everybody's feelings got involved, especially the prosecution. Okay. Now I told good old Matthew that, hey, you're going to get in trouble listening to your special orders about drawing an imaginary line for us not to cross. Because if I can't cross it, I can't go to the other side, even if I maintain a safe distance. There's so much that can be lost in interpretation that they can be sued.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, look, between you and I, you make enough money, just respect the boundaries. You don't have to tell everybody to get back unless they start becoming aggressive. But if you wanted to set a distance, say 25 feet, he goes, where'd you get it? Well, you learned 21 feet in the academy, Jordan. I said, look, how about you do 25 feet? Because we're not armed with knives. We're armed with a camera. It gives you an extra 4 feet of leg room. And it should be no harm, no foul. Get yourself one of those little digital laser distant measurements and say, keep a distance of this distance away from us, and you're good. Don't come any closer than this. Now, you might be a little off. Who cares about a little visual point? If you deem that it's unsafe, they're getting too close, then give them instructions again and give them reasonable time to back up. But drawing a line, this is why I stress crime scene tape, cones, cars blocking an area off, so that there's an active investigation, so we can't get that as close as you don't want us to get. I mean, is there any do you see any I don't know, I guess any unreasonableness to what I just said? I mean, it's their policy.
I mean, everything should be judged on a case by case basis, but there should be rules that aren't subject to arbitrary interpretation or arbitrary enforcement. And right now, most of these laws, like 25 foot, I don't know. It just doesn't.
Well, they painted the picture, Michael, in the courtroom like, well, it's distracting our officers well, it's not criminal negligence yet. They haven't gotten hurt. Suspect hasn't gotten away. It's not criminal negligence. And that's
everything's distracting, though. I mean,
the ADHD motherfucker needs to go get a job at Walmart. Oh, wait, they got cameras there too.
It's not the law that you're distracted. It's just, I don't know. To me, it's just ridiculous that they know they're being filmed. They don't like being filmed. They take it personal. We know that it's much more difficult for them to do throwdown weapons, to plant drugs in cars, when people are able to hold them accountable. So to me, those arguments don't pass judicial muster. So what happened with Mata anyways? I mean, is he in second day of trial? Is it a bifurcated trial?
We're done. I've got the verdict and the sentencing. So
is it a bifurcated trial?
Yeah, we've already done all that. It's done.
Okay, so it's a two-phase. It's a guilt and a sentencing?
Same as Carolina's.
Okay, and the same judge.
Same judge, which Mata put on. Let me give you a funny thing. So the judge somehow got word because they monitor Mata's Facebook and YouTube.
Oh, right.
And so on Friday night, Mata posted when he got word that he was going to courtroom 9, which is the same courtroom and judge that Carolina had. He posted that that's courtroom 9 is where cases go to die. Judge made the comment today, and I laughed at it before. I think that was yesterday before, or this morning before Mata came in, because nobody heard it but me. And then as the judge went over, got off the bench and shook Mata's hand and said, "I don't do this for anybody. I don't normally do this for anybody here. So I'm hoping you got your ways changed and you all this other stuff." And I said, "Look, see, Your Honor, this isn't really where cases come to die, is it?" He just looked back at me, started chuckling, and goes, "I don't know. Ask Mr. Mata." And Mata says, "Sorry, Your Honor. I'm sorry I posted that." He goes, "It's okay, Mata. I get it."
So, I missed all this. So he won his case today.
He lost.
Oh boy.
Now, because of all his previous stuff, he took the stand and pled to the court, pled to the jury, pled to the prosecution. That's why everybody felt sorry for him after everything was after they heard his story.
So did he get a sentence enhancement for priors?
Yes.
Okay,
And that's where
so
I was
that's
going
what
to touch
happened.
base on.
Okay, so basically the guilt phase was yesterday. I haven't been following this,
No,
guys.
the guilt phase was this afternoon.
So he was tried. Okay, got it. So he was found guilty today, and tomorrow is sentencing phase.
No, we had that too this afternoon.
Oh gosh, and what was the sentence?
Well, the minimum was going to be 30 days or a max of 180 days with $2,000 fine.
Okay.
He got 90 days, and he got a $500 fine. However, the motion to take it to appeals and a bond was granted.
Okay, so he filed an opening brief or just a notice of appeal?
Just notice of appeal.
Okay, how much is his transcription fees?
He's going to try, because he's no longer working, he's going to try to do it indigent.
In forma pauperis.
Yes, because he hasn't worked for the last 30. I think he lost his job or something like 30 days ago.
Wow. Okay, well that's a good thing. At least hopefully he won't have to. So he's out pending appeal.
He's out pending appeal. CJ took him home. Harvey drove me home, and Harvey's on his way back to Galveston right now. They did a quick live.
He had CJ and Carolina had another one, but they're both military veteran lawyers.
Yes.
Okay. I was pretty sure CJ was going to win that bad chicken, man.
I actually did too. I actually picked the jury, and I think there was only one juror that I didn't agree with that ended up on the jury. So I pretty much exactly picked who I wanted to be on the jury. The only problem is they're all bootlickers, Mike. Those are the only type of people that want to be on a jury.
Well, I've always told people that jurors, they look at whether you were courteous, considerate, and kind. And if they don't like you,
same exact thing CJ said tonight.
That if they don't like you, they'll try to find a way to convict you. That's why I keep on. And then I get a lot of blowback. Well, you should be able to be a jerk. F these cops, and it's like, oh, that's cool. You can do that, but this is what's going to happen if you do that.
That's correct.
So,
and it's the exact same thing CJ said tonight.
Yeah, the only reason I put my neck out on the line because people are like, oh, well, that Elon guy, he's a bootlicker because he tells us to be nice. It's like, I'm telling you to be nice because I know that your jurors went to a public school. They've been brainwashed by public school teachers and in the academic industrial complex to treat anybody who supports the Constitution and the Bill of Rights as a right-wing extremist or a conspiracy theorist, because that's how they're brainwashed in the school system. And that's going to be the result, and that's what happens. Unfortunately, it sucks. Yeah. Cop Critic says, I want to be a juror.
Wait. Let me stop you. You know who Cop Critic is, right?
No idea. No.
The man, the myth, the legend, Chuck Bronson himself.
That's right on. Good seeing you, Chuck. Well, look, Jefferson and John Jay and everybody, all of our founders believed in jury nullification. And now if you even talk about it, they'll try to kick you off the jury. So that tells you how backwards, the country has gotten, right?
Well, some of these people that stood up and spoke, these were not the ones you want on a jury. I'd rather take the quiet ones.
So did they poll the jury afterwards?
Yes. Okay. I haven't gotten word from CJ what the thing was, because we didn't get a chance to talk that much. He's tired. He's got to drive back to Temple and prepare for a something on Friday that he's got to do. So He's got to go back to San Antonio on Friday
Okay.
regarding another case. And now keep in mind, he does this just for expenses only. He doesn't charge like most criminal defense attorneys charge.
CJ?
Yeah, so did Mark. Mark did
Yeah.
Carolina's case pro bono. And what's funny
That's
is
really awesome.
the minute the news got word that Kruger got lit up, they were calling Mark, they were calling CJ, they were calling Carolina, they were trying to get comments. So I found out.
Awesome.
I was pretty sure I found out at about 3:00 this afternoon, about an hour before I got the text.
So you don't know what the jurors' responses were to the polling questions?
I don't. I did get the basic juror instructions, not the charge instructions, but just the basic little pamphlet they give them when they send them home, or basically tell them to take a break.
So
yeah.
Joseph, but wait a minute. I thought CJ was an officer.
No, he was a master sergeant.
Oh, hell yeah. I reached out to CJ the other day just to tell him I was praying for him and to reach out to me, but I haven't heard back from him.
He's a very busy man. We've connected. I've got his card. I'm in contact with him.
That's cool.
He was a master sergeant after, I think he got busted down, or I don't know the truth of it. But he did work in what's funny is him and Mark both work in intelligence, counterintelligence.
Oh, that's cool.
So they both know how to interrogate the shit out of people. But in all honesty, Mike, I don't care if you were Johnny Cochran in that courtroom. I think that anybody would have been convicted.
Yeah, my goal is always to teach you guys, be courteous, considerate, and kind, and don't ever let the jurors think that you're the aggressor. And if you do that, the chances are you probably won't even get arrested. But if you do get arrested, it looks really, really bad to the police. And as Rodney would say to the jurors, pull this. I guess life under the microscope. Yeah, you guys, I used to be Rodney Dangerfield's limo driver, so he's having some fun with me.
They get no respect.
Hey, Mike, pull over my wife. She's got to take a big one, huh?
Well, see,
He
Mike,
was funny.
Mike, I'll tell you right now, this got posted about 4 to 5 hours ago. Like I said, this article got posted literally an hour after I got the word that there were no records on Kruger.
Is that the one that you sent me earlier today?
It may have been. I requested that they said that there was no civil service union jacket. There was no disciplinary records. Unfortunately, they're probably sealed because of the civil service union that they have.
Yeah.
But I just requested a civil service union, not just with the police department, but with the Civil Service Commission in the city. And I haven't gotten a no back yet. So maybe I'll get those records now that he's been terminated.
That's terrible that Mata got convicted. So what, if you don't mind my asking, what are the priors? Like, are they still like resisting arrest? And
my
stuff?
God, it goes all the way back from 99. I mean, anywhere from drugs to criminal trespass to assault and battery, assault with a family member. This man has spent a lot of time in prison. He was a Satanist at one point.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he's got tattoos all over his head. That's why he always wears a hat, because he's got a big pentagram tattooed on the side of his head. He's got a bunch of tats from, I think he was in and I'm not gonna sit here and convict the man because I don't know 100%, but I think he was in a gang from what he was saying on there. And they got Craig Hendry today for 2 years. I don't know if you heard about Craig Hendry getting 2 years today.
That's another one where, you get belligerent with the police, and then even if you're innocent, the jury looks at you as an aggressor. And the mob is fickle, guys, and they're not. Our modern day school system basically doesn't teach the kids about the Bill of Rights, the Constitution. They don't even know that our whole country was based upon the king trying to seize our guns because they want to abolish guns, right? So it's like that's what you have on your jury, a very fickle mob mentality, just like school, peer pressure. It's all about peer pressure. They don't teach you about individual rights. So yeah, a guy like Craig who pops off to the police, he's gonna. But I'm concerned about Mata because with all those priors, that's a serious sentence enhancement.
It could have
How
been a
was he?
serious enhancement.
How was he able to only get what did you say? How many days was it?
90 days.
90 days. And the max, because it's a misdemeanor, would have been
180.
180. Okay,
180.
so that's interesting. By the way, I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen anything on Carolina and Fort Worth's channel. Is she like flying under the radar right
She
now?
did a live stream earlier today.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Right on. All right.
But
Yeah, I
since
just wanted
then
to
she's
see how she
back. She's
was,
been off
and
the radar for a little bit.
I was on that PR guy's a reluctant prophet. He's one of Lane Meyer's buddies, letting people know that I'm trying to put together a fundraiser to get her.
What do you think about that? What do you think about that comment?
Oh, I don't know, but I was on that guy's show just talking to people and trying to figure out a way to help her raise money for her transcript. So that's something that we should do to try to help her out with her appeal, just to get,
I've already
because
tried. She said she's got it. She's going to get them for free. There's no arguing with her because she's either wrong until she's wrong and blue in the face, and then she needs your
all
help
right.
last minute.
Well, just so you guys know, if it doesn't work out, I think that we could probably figure out a way to get her those funds for her transcript, at least.
So, Michael, what do we have? Oh, wait, where do we have here? What does that say at the top, Mike?
BZ Watchdog.
No, this part right here, where it says
You're talking
Brady
about
list.
the Brady law?
The Brady list. No, this is this Texas Brady list.
I don't know what that is, brother. Talk to me.
You don't know what the Brady list is?
I know about the Brady law that, you have to give exculpatory evidence.
Down here in Texas, cops get to go on a little list called the Brady list when they perjure themselves or can't testify.
Oh. Well, that's pretty cool. I didn't know about that. Right on.
Aaron Dean here in the middle, though. This guy here in the middle, he's been convicted. So he's no longer. And then you got Bexar County Sheriff, the actual sheriff, Javier Salazar. He made the list. We call this.
Wait a minute. I thought only Texas Rangers wore white hats.
Oh no, it's supposed to be the heroes, but I guess he's the only hero in his story is himself.
So all these dudes lied under oath?
They can no longer testify. I got
Holy
two right
crap.
here in my backyard, right here.
So wait a minute, they're still cops?
I believe they are. Some of them are.
That doesn't make any sense.
How about this one? How about this one in an orange jumpsuit?
He looks pretty gangster.
Well, he probably. Let's see. What did he get busted for? Because this
He
looks
is
like
not gang. He is not gang.
Let's see. What do you get? Conduct unbecoming. Citizen report number. Look at this. What do we got here? I haven't dug into this in a while. It looks like this has been updated recently. Date of offense, March 2nd, unconduct. Police officer charged with assault after domestic violence incident. But yeah, this is the little Texas Brady list. Let's see. Some of these cops have been on here multiple times because they like this one on here twice. Dallas Police Department, Highland Park, same guy.
I see that. I just don't understand if they're guilty of criminal offenses that prevent them from testifying, then why are they allowed to still be police officers?
Look at this guy. I mean, he's down there in Galveston too. But you can go through this list.
I'm assuming that Brady and Giglio are Texas cases that have to do with identifying bad cops.
That's correct. You call it Gigolo. I call it Gigolo.
That's interesting.
But look at all these cops on this list. They don't have pictures associated with some of them, but I was trying to see if
is this a private website?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know. It says BradyList.com on there, like up there. So I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
private. So somebody created this site called Brady List. Got it.
But anyways,
So
it's
basically, they just identified bad cops and put it on their personal private website. That's pretty cool. We could probably help them get images and stuff through public records
I'm
requests.
wondering if um there is this website called thepolicerecord.com that I've been kind of I know the people that run the site,
Yeah.
but as you can see, I've got a score of 1450 because I've been submitting stuff.
Oh, that's cool, man. So is this your website or?
No, it's not mine. It's somebody else's, but
Pretty awesome.
you can right now we've got restricted access for searching for an officer here because it's based on facial recognition. But if you see this right here, since I'm nearby Fort Worth Police Department, I click on here. This guy I've ran into. This guy trespassed an auditor out of the same post office me and Tex Gal did one, and I've ran into
Yeah.
this chick, and I've called her out. She also trespassed somebody,
Yeah,
but
I think I remember her from one of your videos.
yeah, Dangerous Lady Cop is the thumbnail.
Yeah. That's funny.
So we don't worry. And then Jordan, if you're watching, you are gonna make a thumbnail, buddy. I'm sorry, but I've got to humiliate you a little bit after what happened. Now I am checking this roster right here in Louisville because they hire cops and fire cops left and right. So I'm just making sure Kruger didn't make it today. I just want
Jeez.
to make sure he didn't get hired here. It's only 26
So
miles away.
now Kruger wouldn't be barred from testifying because he attempts to murder people. That would only be if he's done
Oh,
something
we don't say
involving
the M word on my
dishonesty.
channel, Michael. We say unaliving here.
Oh, that would only be if he engaged in a crime of fraud or dishonesty to get on the Brady list, right?
Did you see what Keebler put?
What?
Look what Keebler put down below, comment section.
Uh-huh.
She says that list is a nationwide list.
Got it.
I'm thinking because I was on the Texas section
Yeah,
is why.
I see
Here.
what you're saying.
So if we go to home, there you go. You got a map right there.
Where? I don't see.
Hold on. That's because I got to share the.
All right.
So let's go. I'm just gonna click on Vegas real quick. See how bad those or Nevada. See how bad let's see who's on here. Maybe find Brandon Bork. Look at this guy. This guy got beat up in the process of being on the Brady list. This
Yeah,
is nationwide,
I
though,
know
my
the
friend.
cases, but I've never heard of a Brady website that identifies them. Giglio usually has to do. So I don't think Giglio is going to be a case that prevents somebody from testifying. I think it has to do with them being excessive force claims. Correct?
It could be. I thought it was from testifying because they're not credible witnesses on the stand for lying and perjuring themselves.
Yeah.
But
Brady doesn't. Brady has to do with exculpatory evidence, failure of a prosecutor to turn over exculpatory evidence. That's what Harris got in trouble for. She was convicting all of these like black people and stuff because she wasn't turning over the exculpatory evidence, and she got in a lot of trouble. A judge threw out, I think, over 700 of her cases because she basically hid evidence that would have let them free. And yeah, but yeah, that's so. And then Giglio has to do, I believe, with excessive force, but it's been a
hey,
while.
thanks for the $5 super chat, Joseph Doe. I've got to go. BZ and Michael, thank you for all you do. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Joseph
Hopefully, you hit
Doe,
that like and
right?
subscribe
Joseph
button before
Doe.
you go.
Good
What's that,
seeing you,
Mike?
Joseph Doe. Thanks for supporting BZ's channel, man.
Is that somebody that's usually over on your channel?
I've never, I don't know who Joseph Doe is, but I'm I'm glad that he's helping you out,
I
because
wonder if it's the cop on the stand today feeling bad. Maybe that's what it is.
maybe
Look at the last name Doe, D-O-E, like John Doe.
maybe it's one of Nightbot's buddies.
Yeah, Nightbot. Hey, Nightbot is great because they're always putting my links up for me.
Yeah.
I don't have to ask everybody to do it for me.
That's
But we
cool.
got
So
Stomper
that's
in the room.
interesting, though, that, because you see, now if you could help them build this list, maybe they'd put a link to your Tap Security products or something, on their website.
Oh, by the way, I'm live streaming the Facebook tonight too. So I mean.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm doing YouTube and Facebook.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you could stream to Facebook too.
Yes, Twitter, Facebook. I'm on the StreamYard account. I just have to have a professional account with Twitter.
Got it.
I don't pay for the extra. Now, Ryan told me if you got like so many impressions on Twitter, you could get that professional account or whatever it is, monetized account or whatever.
Yeah, I'm eligible. It's a pain in the butt to do it. But yeah, I got like 13,000 followers over there. It's
Jesus,
not bad.
it's more than my
It's hard to get.
32.
It's hard to get followers on Twitter, man.
Well, people like to see this live stream stuff. Like I said, if it was if I had some coppers to go film, I'd go film them. Don't worry. Friday and Saturday nights, that's what I'm going to be doing. But I need help with donations, man. I got to keep the money coming in to be able to go do those things.
Yeah, not easy.
What I
man.
really want is somebody to go to my Amazon wish list and get that microphone and camera and little blog setup that I've already got on there. That's what I'd really like for Christmas. That way I can be set up with my little sound effect buttons and stuff and have it entertain. Do I not entertain?
Did you hear about the defamation claim fired by Judge Ball against Lane Meyer's buddy?
I did not, but it was expected.
I've never heard of a judge ever filing a defamation case against someone.
I don't even know how a judge can. I mean, he's a public figure.
Well, he can, but he's going to have some issues. I mean, it's pretty interesting. This reluctant prophet guy, he's buddies with Lane, and I guess he said that Judge Ball had Lane kidnapped, and I think he also mentioned that the judge lied about being a judge for 9 years. He said in his website, he put that he had 9 years judicial experience because he had worked for some judges for, I guess, 6 years or something.
Answer that question right there.
So that meant that he had 9 years of judicial experience. That's pretty crazy.
Answer that question by Chloe.
Well, I mean, I'm with you. I don't. I doubt that they always convict, but I think that if you are of the personality type that is defiant and rebellious, and you pop off and you brag about how you're going to sue the police, that they're going to do everything they can to get a conviction. But if you come off as courteous, considerate, and kind, the jury won't look at you as somebody they want to convict, because jurors will vote in your favor if they like and trust you. If they don't like and trust you, then they'll consider you to be the enemy, and because of peer pressure, they'll find against you.
Mike, let me stop you for a second, because I got this question, and then I got the Elon is as bad an attorney as CJ by the same person. So here, let me answer why you even if they're always going to convict, why you go to trial. This is how I look at it. First off, I'm not going to take a plea deal. I still have a 50-50 shot of winning the thing. Okay. Yeah. Now, if they convict me, I'm most likely going to have grounds for an appeal. Am I right, Michael? I may have grounds for an appeal.
Well, if you do everything right, yes, you can win an appeal. But the idea is to not get convicted, to not get arrested. So,
but they're saying here now. I just did a show 2 nights ago. I think it was 3 nights ago, where Texas over the last 5 years has paid out almost $100 million in overturned convictions.
Yeah,
Most of them right here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
I believe it.
The only problem is most of those are in Dallas County. Over half of them are in, like, I think it's like over half of them are in Dallas County. I think it's 52% of them in Dallas County. Now, keep in mind, they've dumped more money into Dallas County researching and appealing with the Innocence Project. If they would have dumped the same amount of money into Dallas that they have in these other counties that are high, they would probably have more overturned convictions in these other counties like Tarrant that have been getting convicted. So
If you don't want convictions, what you do is you homeschool your kids and you teach people about the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. You don't send them to some Marxist public school where they're brainwashed to hate their country and think that only the government is right. That's the main problem. If you really want to change the system, you have to start teaching the kids about natural law and the Bill of Rights. And peer pressure is out and constitutional republic is in. And yeah, you're right, bud. You're going to be able to, you're pretty much always going to get convicted if you're a rebel, if you are a revolutionary, and then you might have an opportunity to win your case on appeal, like Chili de Castro recently did.
well,
I don't know what else to tell you guys.
Well, right now the cops are out of line, and they're going to be more out of line with Trump in office.
I don't think the president of the United States has anything to do with what local police are going to do.
He wants to indemnify, my friend. It's going to be harder.
He has no authority over any kind of local laws or policies. It's based upon the people understanding what their rights are and teaching potential jurors what their rights are.
What if he declares martial law?
What's that?
What if he declares martial law?
I mean, what if a meteor hits the earth? That's not going to change what the rights, duties, and obligations of the people are to learn about the Constitution.
Hypothetically, what if he does declare martial law for some reason?
What basis would he have to declare martial law?
I'm not asking about basis. I'm just saying, what if? What would happen? Let the people know. What happens when it's...
If the president of the United States declares martial law, it still doesn't circumvent the 10th Amendment. The governors of the states have a say. So I don't really see what the issue would be.
I'm just asking you from a hypothetical legal, perspective. Most people think that martial law means that, the cops are going to run wild on the street and be like Gestapo, like, the Nazis.
Well, we saw that happen under Obama and Biden when they had those floods in Florida, and they went door to door and tried to take people's guns. So
I got to check this text message real quick.
That was without martial law. That was just FEMA listening to their bosses. But
their testimony. Now, I got somebody that sent me a text that says, if a officer is on the Brady list, their testimony is not worth that they say, so they are not allowed to testify. Well, I think that's what we were pretty much saying, right?
Well, it's not really. So here's how it works, guys. That's why I was like, what the hell are you talking about? No. So Brady, it just has to do with exculpatory evidence and credibility issues. So like in California, I have the right to bring a pitches motion to find out if the cop is guilty of doing stuff that I'm accusing him of in my case, like maybe planting evidence or being dishonest. And then you can use that to impeach them. And then what they say or do can be used to impeach them and make like I could call them under 776 as a hostile witness, for example. And in Texas, there's a different statute or code, but it's basically the same thing. It gives you the ability to call the officer's testimony into question and makes them less credible on the stand. I've never heard of a doctrine that says that the officer is precluded from testifying. It's just that their testimony would be given less weight. It would be, the jury now has the authority to question them.
What do you
less credibility?
Do you remember what that case was? It the Castro versus State, or was it State versus the Castro?
Well, initially it was the people of the state of Nevada versus Chile de Castro.
Because CJ's telling me that could help him in his appeals case.
Yeah. Yes. Well, his Chile's case is not a published case that would be, as far as I know, uh,
It's only a state, but like we're
case
dealing with.
case authority. But Chile's case does rely on some federal laws that CJ might be able to use, some federal appellate decisions that might
Yeah,
be
that's kind of
persuasive
what
authority.
he said something about he could kind of like not shepherdize really, but like compare it. I'm trying to remember the legal
Well,
definition.
he could shepherdize a Nevada, like a Ninth Circuit case, and see if there's a Texas case that relies on it, that was used in Chile's case. I recommend that he reach out to my friend Alan Beck, who's with my firm, because Alan Beck is an amazing civil rights and Second Amendment rights appellate attorney. And actually, Alan provided some of the case law and statutes that Chile's lawyer relied on, Chile's appellate attorney relied on. So, yeah, I mean, the more the merrier, you know.
I think I'm gonna save this as my desktop screensaver. What do you think?
I think it's pretty cool, man.
I think that's gonna be great for a while.
I'm looking up this website to try to understand it a little bit more.
Here, do you need it right there? I got it right there in the top bar. I don't know. Oh, it doesn't show you the top bar. Hang on a second. Here, I'll email it to you real quick. Let me go ahead and do this. I got to get out of my email here. Hang on a second. Compose.
Yeah, it's based on Brady versus Maryland, and it has to do with their propensity to be dishonest or biased. And so basically, what happens is the jury is going to be, the prosecutor has to disclose this information because, again, it's exculpatory. It could tend to show that the defendant is innocent.
There we go. I had Rami put his face on there.
So it doesn't exclude automatically an officer from testifying, but it definitely can make a prosecutor choose not to call the officer as a witness. So that's what that case is about. Because it brings into light potential credibility problems.
Hey, look who graced us with her presence. Actually, I would like to bring her on if she'd come on. Do you see her in the chat?
Hold on. I'm looking around here.
Put it on the look with the messages.
Oh, hey. Messages. Well, I'm glad you're out, Carolina. No woman deserves to be treated the way you were treated, and I'm really grateful that you're out. It's, I was telling my wife about what happened to you, and I showed her the video, and she was just, yeah, I'm with you. I understand. I kind of figured you were staying out of the limelight.
Oh, that was the part of his PR bond. He had to stay away 25 feet away from all cops.
Yeah, that makes sense. So Manuel is out, and then who's doing his appeal?
CJ.
Okay. Well, CJ to me seems to be a very competent lawyer, and like I said, guys, you win some, you lose some, and it's really your jury. And if you have an uneducated jury who is just like, believes whatever they were told in their public schools, that the government can do no wrong, Pavlov's dog response, you're going to have problems like that every time. That's why I tell people homeschool, homestead, keep your kids as far away from the administrative, educational, industrial complex. I consider them to be Marxist training camps, and start teaching your kids about the Republic, natural law, John Locke, Thomas Aquinas, Blackstone, Sir William Blackstone, Thomas Jefferson, really get into understanding where our rights come from. They don't come from the state. They come from our creator. And I think if the jury was universally educated, that these kinds of cases would not even be brought. You're exercising a First Amendment protected activity. What do you expect?
Well, they're
So,
not. They're not First Amendment protected, all right, because we're getting charged for them. I thought Congress could pass no law, which was the 10th Amendment, giving the states right to interfere with our stuff.
well,
That could be wrong.
Congress is federal, and the 10th Amendment has to do with rights, duties, and obligations that are preserved by the states, right?
Yeah,
But,
but they're still making laws that trump our First Amendment. It's still unconstitutional. Wouldn't you agree?
well, no, it's the enforcement of the law that makes it unconstitutional. If they're enforcing a statute or code in such a way that it abrogates our natural rights, then it's the enforcement. But I do tend to agree that there are a lot of laws that shouldn't be on the books. Yeah, I think that we should have less laws and more freedom. Less government means more freedom. If you vote for politicians who think that the government is the answer, then you're going to get jurors like that.
What do you think? What do you think of my thumbnail? Rami I came up with the original thumbnail, but Rami got Mata's face on the one where I wanted it. So I just changed it on the
What thumbnail?
the
The
one that's
BZ
I've got.
Watchdog?
Yeah, the one I've got right here on the screen.
Well, I see an image of Manuel Mata.
Yeah, go to my thumbnail on the live because I just changed it.
Thumbnail on I see where it says BZ Watchdog. I see it.
No, on the right here. Let me go back to my screen. Hang on a second. This right here. Do you see the arrow?
Arrow.
You see my cursor?
Yeah.
I had Rami put Manuel's face there instead of the generic artificial.
Oh, I see. So got it. So
I just changed it over.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I love that. Yeah, that is pretty cool.
So what do you think about that statement by what's come out of you?
Yeah, well, he's saying that, all laws repugnant to the Constitution are null and void. That's well settled precedence.
Well, the driver's license thing, it says the driver's license thing isn't a law that was created by the federal government. So there is no, that's why initially the reason the 10th Amendment was created for things like that. But come on, interference, obstruction, come on.
Well, the 10th Amendment just has to do with the rights that are reserved to the states. So the states have, every state is considered to be its own independent nation. The only reason they were brought together was to be able to fight off foreigners and to regulate disputes between the states, basically create a national military for times of invasion and regulate disputes between the states. And that's, not, it's just totally, the Federalists ended up taking over and creating this centralized Leviathan. And that's why most natural law theorists like me are anti-federalists. We believe in returning the powers back to the states and letting the states decide, except where a law or something is repugnant to the supreme law of the land, which is, again, the Constitution. But to me, the real supreme law of the land is natural law. I mean, the Bill of Rights is just a dissertation of a few of our God-granted rights. It doesn't even include all of them, just the most important ones. The First Amendment, the right to hold the government accountable and worship, right? Freely associate, among others. And then the Second Amendment, the right to fight off an unjust government when it violates any of these rights. And that's the main reason for the Second Amendment, is to be able to fight off an unjust government, all enemies, foreign and domestic. All males over 16 are automatically members of the irregular militia. Yeah.
I'm just waiting on Carolina to set up her laptop real quick.
Oh, that's cool.
Did you see what I did right here? You see how I did my exclamation mark PayPal on the screen?
Where?
You see my
oh yeah, that looks pretty cool. Yeah.
But look what happens is I send it to your cell phone, Carolina.
I agree with Wasamata. About 90% of the laws are repugnant.
Chevy, look at that. Chevy got a $10
Right on, Chevy.
super chat.
Chevy's awesome, man.
Carolina, I can email it to you if I need to. That way it's on your laptop.
Well, at least she's allowed to talk. I mean, doesn't sound like he did a gag order on her.
No, thankfully she did not. She had to go to probation today. I really wanted her to kind of talk about that a little bit today.
Well,
she there you go.
So,
All right,
yeah, so
Carolina, I sent you the link.
So she had a couple lawyers, right? First she had CJ, then she had another one, and then she ended up with this Marine, right?
Well, the Marine is Mark Strife, who actually contacted me earlier to let me know that he did an interview with Dallas News because they reached out to him.
Nice.
He keeps in contact, so he's a really good dude. I think he's a really good lawyer. He's young, he's just man. I mean, he's a go getter. But that's the thing
cool.
about us veterans. We go get it. That's just what we do.
Oh, yeah.
But he had co-chair. The guy's in fact, Mark Strife is right here. Look at him. He's in the chat. I just pulled him up. He just came in.
You should have him jump in, man.
Mark, would you like to come up? Here's the StreamYard link. Just come on up, buddy. Just click on that and come on up.
Come on in, Devil Dog.
We got Freddy Krueger fired, finally.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome, man. I really do feel bad for Carolina getting manhandled like that. That dude is just a disgrace. I can't believe that he hasn't been completely lost his ability to be a policeman.
I'm going to send it to his cell phone real quick just in case it's easier that way. I don't know if he's on his laptop or not. So I've got to just do this real quick. So bear with me.
Hey, good seeing you, Chevy.
Oh, he said he would normally, but he's got a sick child right now. Yeah, that's right. I forgot his. I think it's his 3-year-old.
I think I see Grateful Dabs that you were at Lane Myers, I think, as well earlier.
But
a lot of these guys are all over the place, man.
But Mark, we like I said, it doesn't matter how good of a lawyer you could have been, Johnny Cochran, and he still would have lost. Hey, Carolina, we got Mr. Mark Strife in the chat room, and then we got Mr. Michael Eline here. Let me move you here.
Let me X out of all this other stuff. That's too loud here. Okay. Okay. I think now I'm not.
There you go. So we got Mark in the chat, and then we got Michael on the panel. So go ahead.
That's good.
Wait. Before you start,
they got Manuel Mata the same way they got us. This is what happened. This is what
Carolina. Before you start, what do you think of the thumbnail right here in the middle of the screen? What do you think of that little?
I feel bad for that. I mean, it should never have came to that. That was just ridiculous that he even did something like that, and that he was allowed to work for the Fort Worth Police Department after he did it, and Irving too.
Yeah, right on, Grateful. Me too. I like Lane's channel.
Make sure you guys go over to Michael Eline and do that paypal.com on the link and buy his ebook, How I Became a Lawyer with No Undergrad or Law Degree, and how you can too. Only $19.99 in PayPal.
Every little bit helps.
And look,
you guys should be checking out. You guys should be checking out Lane Myers and the Reluctant Prophet, man.
I'll tell you what, CJ Grisham and my lawyer, they're very good lawyers. It's just that it's hard to fight when you have a kangaroo court.
Yeah, and jurors too who just are pro.
Jurors, yeah, let me think about the jurors.
Yeah.
See,
she's going to tell you.
Yeah, I'll tell you the problem with jurors. is that the problem with jurors, first of all, they're blue, and meaning that they're there because they want to help the police put these bad guys in jail, And when they got their task to go back to deliberate, they were thinking about what would it be like if you were at work and somebody put a camera in your face. They did not judge us on the single act that we were there for. They should have been told. You would think that you don't have to tell people this, but they were judging us overall. They weren't judging us for that particular act that we did. Does that make sense? In other words, they painted us to look like that we wake up in the morning to instigate and to fuck things up for the police. And when they fuck things up for the police, they're taking guys off the street. They're taking people off the street for you and me and everybody else that needs them. We need them desperately, but they're dealing with people's cameras because they're interfering. But the real truth about can you hear me? Am I going on and on?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal about I'll tell you the real truth about jurors, okay? Jurors want to do a civic duty. They want to be there. But if you notice, like I've been to pick for jury duty to go try. I didn't get picked, of course, but it's all white people. You don't get any black people there. It's all whites. All right. They're the only one there because they don't know how to get out of jury duty. Black people, they know how to get out of jury duty. White people, they don't know how to get out of jury duty. But once they're chosen for the jury, all of a sudden, and mostly only from the prosecution side, from the start where they're going downstairs to be picked, from where you have 200 or 300 people there that show up for jury duty. They're being told constantly by the prosecution, by the people that are trying to put us in jail. They're being told, "Thank you so much for coming here. You're doing your civic duty. You don't understand that this does not work without you, the jury. You guys are the best people ever. Thank you for coming here. Here's a lunch ticket. Here's a parking thing for your ticket. So a ticket so you don't have to pay for parking. Here's this. Here's that. Thank you so much." In real life, they're not told thank you for anything because these are the type of people that are followers. They're not leaders. The leaders are not going for jury duty because they know how to get out of it, right? So now we got a bunch of followers left over. Okay?
They always kick me off.
Yeah, who are never, ever, ever told in real life, because in the courtroom, it's not real life. But in real life, they're never told, "Thank you. You're the best." They're told, "Get the fuck out of the way. You're in my way. Here's some more work for you on your desk, And they're never told thank you or anything. But now all of a sudden, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's kind of like it's all about them. It's all about the juror now. The juror's like, "Oh, I'm a juror. I'm a juror. Look at me. I even got a big tag that says juror. I'm the best person ever." Everybody's telling me thank you. Even people that I'm walking by in the hallways are telling me thank you. This is so nice. I wish I could keep this tag that says juror. So then when it's time to deliberate, right? They got all the information, right? They go back to the back and they're looking at the evidence and they're like, "I don't want to make this guy mad because he's telling me how great I am. And even though all this doesn't add up, all these circumstances, we're going to have to vote guilty because these people are so nice. They would never put somebody on trial if they didn't really do it. He must have done something wrong. She must have done something wrong. I'm going to have to vote guilty. I'm going to have to vote guilty because there's just no way that this nice prosecution man would ever, ever put somebody on trial if they weren't guilty. So I'm going to have to find him guilty too."
Hey, Carolina, let me step in here real quick. And you guys think she might be exaggerating, but after watching 2 trials this last 7-8 days, almost everything that she said, with the exception of going in the back, because we obviously didn't get to
We don't know.
But the prosecutor literally does this opening spiel, and then he talks about the interference charge. And it doesn't matter what prosecutor, they have the same speech about, like a marathon runner running across the tape, and oh wait, it's a crime scene tape and not the finish line. I didn't mean to do it, but it's still criminal negligence. Now, I kid you not, they literally have the same speech at every trial, no matter who the DA is. And so they suck up to the bootlickers and thank them for their time. And she is not wrong. She is like 100%. So don't think she's exaggerating or lying, because she is not.
I knew that beforehand. From now on, we always hear people telling us, go up. Why don't you people ever go to trial? Why do you always, from now on, I'm never going back to trial. I will take a deal every time.
Actually, you know what, Carolina? It's actually smarter if you do take a trial. We just talked about this.
Oh, yeah?
You know why?
Why?
Because if they're going to be like that, there's so many grounds for an appeal. And all we have to do is motion for an appeal and stay out on bond. The problem is, I don't think we were going to lose with your case. So the motion for appeal wasn't ready to go.
Well, my deal was, my lawyer was great. My lawyer was, I think my lawyer did a really excellent job. I think a lot of people are going to look at this and say, why the hell how did she, 10 seconds from the time he said hello to the time I was on the ground fighting for my life, basically 10 seconds, right? But they didn't take any of that into consideration when they were back there deliberating. They couldn't have. What they took in back to them was the last thing that they heard on the floor. And the last thing they heard on the floor was instigator, dummies, people that wake up in the morning to fuck up the police's day. They live to do that. That's what they do. They try to fuck their days up. That's the last thing they heard before they went back.
Yep,
That's
they
why
heard it. They heard it in both trials.
the very and he lied in the last thing, because he goes, I heard him say Manuel and his little buddy Carolina, that's what they do. That's their
Hey,
job.
Carolina, look, I looked back at you and smiled, and we both looked back to the right. There must have been about 8 assistant district attorneys back there, like young people, all laughing when he said that. Like, oh my God, she's sitting right there, and you're talking about her.
That's because that's why when I'm with my deal afterwards about the 1,000 rape kits not being tested.
I had to play. By the way, Michael, I had to play handler on both trials. The judge literally ordered me. He goes, "Sir, I know you're not Mr. CJ Grisham or Mr. Botta's handler, but can you please go get them?" Yeah. I'm like, "Yes, Your Honor. I'll be right back."
What? Tell the audience what happened when I walked into the courtroom today.
Oh yeah, there was an
entrance.
There was a lot of commotion. Like, oh shit. Like
but what did the judge do when I walked in?
Oh, well, okay. So let me start first. This morning I walked in, Mike, or when I started the beginning of this thing yesterday or this morning, whatever. The judge literally waved at me and said hi. Well, and then when Carolina walked in today, he kind of just smiled and threw his hand up real quick and waved at her directly in there when she showed up this afternoon. But the judge made an exception for him today, Carolina. He felt bad I think a lot of people felt bad for Mata. You didn't see where Vassar came over and talked.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt you, but I had to leave because I was trying to rescue a dog.
No, I get it. I know why you left. I just wish you could have seen Vassar actually.
Yeah, tell me what happened.
Vassar literally started talking to CJ after Mata poured out his heart and told his story. And CJ cried in the middle of the thing when he cried. He showed tears. He got emotional. And
wait a minute. Did Manuel talk about how he was shafted when he went to prison the first time, and how his sister died from gang violence, and they never tried to help him?
Yes, Vassar said, and he came over and talked. He said, "No hard feelings. It was just business." He goes, "Now I could be working on murder cases, unaliving cases, and in fact, I'm looking into your sister's right now. It's actually on my desk in my office.
I don't believe
and
it.
I'm going to I'll work with you, and I'll work with CJ." On trying to, and then he kind of went into a little bit about trying the fact that the guy went missing. They think he's in Mexico still. Like the guy ran and fled to Mexico.
Yeah, we think so too. Yeah,
he seemed like Vassar seemed like he had maybe a little bit of change of heart.
The thing was that did Manuel explain how this passion for the First Amendment is what kept him out of jail?
Yes, everything from being a Satanist and in a gang and all his convictions. They even, after you left, they showed the little trespassing thing you and him had with, Officer Daniel Pritzker. The cop that got fired for unaliving somebody. He was on the stand talking about your guys' video this afternoon. About the time you got a written trespass warning, and Mata went to jail for trespass because he was there the day before about that COVID pop-up thing.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about the day
remember the COVID? Okay, remember the COVID pop-up thing where you guys were there at night? The COVID pop-up thing where they were doing test kits or something. You were there because your name was there, and I heard your name. I heard your voice.
I've done so much stuff.
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt. I got to take my son to judo class.
It's always judo with you. Judo.
Call it out, but Carolina, I'm really glad that you got out.
Vogue.
I'm glad that you got out, Carolina. I hope that you're successful on your appeal. And also, if I'm able to help you raise money for your transcript, I think that I could get some people to donate money. Just let me know.
Oh, that's Ninja.
And I'll talk to you guys soon. All right.
All right, okay. Michael. We'll see you. Thanks for coming up, man.
Oh yeah, brother. I'm glad that
you and I had Michael.
Yeah.
You and I had you and I had a disagreement a while back, but you know what's really cool about us and libertarians is that we can have disagreements, but we're still cool.
Of course. Well, that's what it's all about. And again, I was on Lane Myers today with the Reluctant Prophet, and I was telling people that, you know, if anybody wants to help out, we'll try to raise some money for you to get your transcript. So just let me know if you need help.
I think we're getting those for free because they felt
all right.
bad.
Yeah, well, I'm just letting you know if you need help. There's a bunch of people, I think. Yeah, well, it's not 9 o'clock here, buddy. It's only 7, but I got to get going.
Keebler's the homeless vet I was telling you about.
Yeah,
it's a she, by the way. It's a she.
Yeah, I'm
maybe.
I'm several hours different time zone. Judo class gets out around 9, but I'm already running behind, so I got to get going, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Later. Get out of here.
I mean, sometimes Manuel and I have fights like brothers and sister, and we don't talk. We go, okay, goodbye. Okay, goodbye. And then 3 days later, we're fine.
You know what? Texas Gal and I do the same thing. I mean,
yeah.
So it's, you know what? It's just like a partner relationship when you have a good partnership with somebody that you go out and cop watch with or audit with. And I'm sure J-Town Press and Georgia Transparency probably have a relationship like that too. I mean, they're always together and out filming. I'm sure everybody has disagreements. You know, you're not human if you don't. If you go, if you're going with the flow of things, you're a lemming, you're a follower, and just like all these bootlickers on the jury.
It's these people on the jury. They're just like they need to realize this is. If I ever do this again, I'm just going to say, please hammer the fact that you're only judging this thing right here, not what they could do in the future, not what they did in the past, not what they could do, not what they could do to you at church with your kids. That pissed me off when he said that.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, by the way. I don't know if you know or not, so that's why I'm because I forgot to tell you. You know, we didn't get much time to talk today. So CJ has got he's helped writing a bill and he's got it sponsored.
Oh, I saw it.
Okay. He's got it sponsored, so it's not just going to cover speech only in the interference. It's going to cover basically the protected activity of the First Amendment.
Correct. I saw that. But it doesn't matter. Those people in that jury, well, it does matter.
Well, yeah, because if I have the right, if I have, like, okay, so Carolina, let me give you an example.
But what I'm saying is this: it doesn't matter what the bill says. I hope it passes. These jury people still don't get it. They still convict him when he did not interfere.
But Carolina, that's where the appeals come in. That's okay.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this, okay?
Yeah.
It's making it harder with just speech only. But see, they're talking about the First Amendment. King Chow Chow, we already know, buddy. You're late, buddy. Look, you want to see the thumbnail? Got it already. You're late to the party, man.
He's not late to the party.
We've been having a Kruger You Got Fired party for the last 4
I
hours.
just got here, Chow Chow, and I was just going to text you, but Chow Chow is one of the very few people I trust in this world.
I know.
Just to let you know, I trust Chow. I would trust Chow Chow.
Hey, I know, Chow. Look, him and I have talked on the phone. You know, you put me in touch with him.
Yeah, but Chow Chow is very, you know.
He's anti Duncanville PD. I know that much.
No, but he's really for this movement. Very few people are you going to find as passionate and has as much integrity as King Chow Chow has.
Hey, have you seen my here King Chow Chow? Hey, hold on. I want to show him my banner on my channel. Hang on, I just had it changed. There you go.
Criminal cops. Oh. Well, I don't know. King Chow Chow, can I tell them about the cop that I heard about today in Cedar Hill?
Which the one that got killed in Cedar Hill?
No, this is a brand new one. So you guys, we're not against cops. We're against bad cops here. If you're just kind of flashing through and trying to see what this channel's all about. Hey, Stomper. In Cedar Hill, I got this from King Chow Chow. I think I got it. I think he's the one that told me. I'm pretty sure. Anyways. He stopped a lady for DWI. This guy was carrying her to jail, and he turned off all the body cameras, and his dash camera. But what he forgot about was that if you open the back door where the prisoner is,
the rear facing camera,
dash channel comes back on. The dash cam comes back on, and it captured the man asking the female DWI passenger for a blowjob on the way to jail.
Which department?
Cedar Hill, right down the street from us.
Wait, is that the one that just got arrested? Because I saw that.
Cedar Hill?
Yeah, I saw it yesterday. I mentioned Donald Mercer. Was it Donald Mercer?
That was somebody else. That was something else, I think.
Hang on a second. Let me see if this is the same guy. Because I think I already covered him. I didn't cover the. Yeah, it was
King Chacha that told me that. Cedar Hill.
It's Donald Mercer. I already covered him last night. I covered him last. I covered him.
The Cedar Hill guy?
I covered him last night or 2 nights ago.
Okay. All right. Anyways.
I covered these criminal cops. In fact, Rami, are you still in here? Because I'm going to have him do something to my banner, actually.
Anyways, it's just like, people complain about us because we're instigators and we do this and we do that. And what we're trying to, like me, I'm trying to just find awareness. I just want to provide awareness for people. Let someone else pick up the ball and run with it because I haven't found exactly my little niche or my passion that I want to do. So in the meantime, I'm just bringing awareness to these things that have been happening.
By the way, I talked to Matthew outside.
No, you did not.
I did too. We had a very good conversation because while I was on the phone with you, he went up to Mata because I was going to give him an earful, but he went up to Mata and made men's with Mata. So he went over to talk to Mata, and I told him, I said, first off, he didn't know what the plain view doctrine was on the stand twice when CJ asked him. I had to tell him. I said, it's the same thing when you get to look at the car to see if there's probable cause. He goes, oh, yeah, we trained it. I said, I didn't know the term. So training is an issue for these newer guys, okay? They're taking these First Amendment classes that are not teaching the right way because this is what he told me. And by the way, he watches my channel. He knew I was going to go live later. He saw the time. He watches my channel. So he watches this. And he was on his way to. He didn't
watch us till he got in trouble for us.
What's that?
He didn't watch us till he got in trouble.
Probably, but it's Sergeant Wyatt or Officer Wyatt. He's the real problem. Because he's over there yelling at you, going, "Carolina, you shut your mouth, or I'm going to arrest you for interference."
I know. It was so funny. Like I was just sitting there.
That's actually my next cop on the hit list here.
I got him again. I got him. He did that to me again in the stockyards.
Yeah, that's the old guy with the cowboy hat. I know. Yeah. I'm gonna find his ass. He got
me in the second time in the stockyards.
And I'm gonna tell him, you arrest me for speech. You go on ahead there, you bootlicking, cop sucking mother. Yeah,
he was telling me that, and I kept saying, and speech is not interference. And they did not tell the guy, the DWI guy. They didn't. That field sobriety test they did on him was not right because they weren't speaking Spanish to him.
No, they were translating, which something could have gotten lost in translation.
Big time. I pointed that out to him when they arrested him.
But you know what, how many times have I told you, Carolina? And this is just my opinion on my style, okay? Not to interfere with them even verbally, because here's the thing.
Oh my God, here you go, because you know everything.
No, it's not that, Carolina. The reason I say that is if you're screaming over what they're telling them, you can't gather evidence.
I don't do that. I don't scream over them, so don't say.
Can you stop getting so defensive because you're looking bad at everybody?
Because you always say that I do that when I don't do that.
No, did I say first? No, I said
I don't do that.
I said
you always say I do that, and I don't do that.
Guys,
remember that?
Guys,
remember that one time that cop came up to you. Remember?
There you go.
You said she did this, and this, and this, and this.
Carolina.
And you said, "Why do you do that?" And I showed you the video, and it wasn't true.
I said, I didn't say you need to. I said, okay. The reason I do that is because I can gather information and go pull the police fucking reports. I don't want to deal with them cops.
Well, that's if you want to do that. I'm just bringing awareness. If you want to go pull the reports and do all that crap, do it. I don't care about that shit. I just want to bring awareness.
Now, once CJ gets this bill passed to where it gives us more free reign, I'm going to be all over it. But, I get what you're doing. You know what? And CJ even thanked Matthew on the stand about taking a drunk driver off the road. My whole problem is this. I understand you want to take a drunk driver off the road, but he's not technically a drunk driver until he actually hurts somebody, isn't he?
Right.
What you're doing is you're predicting. You're predicting like in that movie Minority Report. You know, you're predicting with Tom Cruise and Colin Farrell. I think were the two actors. You're predicting the future that someone's going to commit a crime. And
That's what
everything in
Matthew
that
Kruger did to
statement,
me.
everything in that statement that he told Wyatt too, were all lies when we saw that footage today. And I don't know how the jury convicted other than being straight bootlickers.
That's why. Because they were doing it on future things. They weren't doing it on the specific act, and that's what they did with mine too. They didn't do it on the specific act. They were doing it on the fact that these kind of people should not be allowed to do this kind of stuff. That's what they were saying about me.
I mean, I really, when I watched that video, and this was in May, right before you got dunked on your head.
Wears a cowboy hat. Also, Stank, a slicker, and so his name is Stank. Oh, okay.
Well, I'm gonna
oh,
tell you
Sergeant
right.
Stank.
I'm going to tell you right now, Carolina, when I watched that video, I really didn't think you guys were instigating. I really thought you were actually very mild, including Mata, very mild.
We let them do their field sobriety test.
From what you've done in the past, you guys were very mild. So there should have been no issue.
We've always never, ever broken the law. So it doesn't matter if we're mild or not. We've never broken the law.
It doesn't matter whether you broke the law or not. It's what they're trying to claim and then getting conviction out of it when it shouldn't be a conviction. That's why I think we're going to win on the appeals process. But here's what my point on it. We got Mr. Cowboy. Oh, yeah, Wyatt. That's his name, Wyatt, with the cowboy hat, who's sitting here. I'm going to arrest you for speaking interference to talk to my client. Me. I mean, come on. What kind of mentality?
Quit talking.
What kind of mentality of a cop do we have on the street? Now, don't get me wrong. Matthew said something in speech, and I get he's probably mistaken. He probably misspoke, but he's also sitting there taking the lead from a senior cop that doesn't know how to be a cop.
Right.
That's all this training coming down, not getting filtered the right way. It's training. Right. A lot of it has to do with training. If you make them go through 4 years of law school, I guarantee you this would not happen.
Yes, it would. There's so many ignorant people out there.
No, you make the cops go.
You're still stuck with the damn jury again.
We wouldn't have any cops. You know why? 4-year degree, you end up becoming a lawyer instead of a damn cop.
That's what we need.
Why am I losing viewers all of a sudden? Is somebody
live? Somebody went live.
Somebody went live, or they just don't like you.
Probably somebody went live. Probably both.
Funky Town's live, but he's got 4 people over there. Let's see. We got Funky Town, generally specific.
Probably.
I don't see anybody else worth a damn that's on. Anyways, guys, I need some help. Carolina needs some help. Well, I mean, we get her some help when transcripts need, but if we can dump something in the PayPals or the cash.
Have you shown the video where he was in trouble for?
I showed that last night.
Okay.
You're talking about the model one with you in it, right? With Matthew?
Yeah, well, I'm not in it. I'm just holding the camera.
No, trust me, you're in that video.
No, not that the video I shot.
We didn't get to see your part of that video, but I mean, we got a great view with Mata's camera. What you were doing. Mark Strive says, I like you both. Better like us. We're your biggest supporters.
Yeah, he was. Mark Strive did a hell of a job. I still don't, but like, I still my conditions of bond aren't bad. What are Manuel's conditions? Okay,
so Manuel got 90 days in the clinker, but it's been obviously. But let's go back to the bond, okay? So he posted.
He got 90. Wait a minute. Wait, he got 90 days.
He got 90 days.
Okay,
it's enhanced because of all his
all
his priors.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a
But he already served 21 days. Because he had 7 days in jail when that happened.
Well, I am telling you that it was called an enhanced. They could have gave him up to 180 days.
Right.
But there was a minimum of 30 days because of his priors. So they gave him 90 days. And he's got to take anger management classes. He's paying $30.
Why does he have to take anger management classes?
That's something
weird.
That's something he agreed to. He pleaded with the court for help. So you can take, because they're concerned about his language and his aggressiveness.
Oh.
Well, the lawyers were screaming the words he was screaming out there that night, and they.
So there's that speech, but that speech is protected speech.
I am with you. Hey, there's Rami. Rami, do me a favor. Take my banner and put a nice big X through Kruger's face and put with a little bubble, I got fired. And then put the banner back up. Please, poor favor. I think that would be really cool. A red X through Kruger's face with a bubble next to it that said, I got fired. And then we'll look for some more criminal cops to replace Kruger's picture. Ron? Oh, look at Rami's comment after what I just said right here in the chat.
What did he say?
Fun! Exclamation mark. So he's going to have fun with those graphics. This is where cops go. Oh, so the judge. Okay, so the judge said something before you got there and said something after we were leaving, okay? So this is what he said. Remember when Mana got the news that, oh, well, you were, I think you were trying to get out of jail still. You were in jail still when this happened. But, you got 2 Carolinas?
Yeah.
And so, anyways, the judge made a sarcastic comment this morning about this is where he goes, I heard on Facebook that this is where this courtroom is where cases go to die. Now that's what Mata put out on Facebook. So somebody told the judge that he posted something. And then as we were leaving and he gets off the bench, he comes and shakes Mata's hand and says, I don't do this for anyone. So I'm doing this for you. Okay?
He did it for me.
And he goes, no, the special thing about what he did for Mata and stuff so, and look at what Mark Strife says on Class B misdemeanor. If you have a prior Class A or Class B conviction or felony, the minimum days is in jail is 30. So that's what I was saying. It's called enhanced or something like that. But so as I was leaving after it was all said and done, we were all walking out. I said, hey, Judge. He looked back at me. I go, I guess this really isn't where cases come to die, is it? And he just started laughing. He goes, yeah, Mr. Mata. I overlooked that comment for you and still helped you out. So have a good day, sir. Good luck to you. And out the door. So
but I couldn't believe he waved at me when I walked in.
Judge Bolton,
he's a good guy.
Regardless of what his first appearance was to me.
Yeah.
Because he had this initial First Amendment auditor crap, but yet come to realize I wasn't as bad. Whitebeard. I've never had this guy in my chat room before.
Hi, Whitebeard. Whitebeard's pro is another one of those that I trust with everything.
I know Whitebeard's name. I just didn't know who I haven't met him.
Oh, you'll meet him. He's a good friend of
Harvey Freebird.
Harvey's, yeah. So yeah, I put the video up that he got convicted of today.
Do you wanna go? Well, is it his? Is it his? Yours?
This is from my point of view, because I got him. I got a better point of view than what they showed in court today.
Okay, well, go ahead and play it then.
Go ahead. All I got to just click it. It's on you.
I thought you had to. No, you have to click it because you shared it with me.
Oh, I have to click it. Okay.
Just hit play.
Play. Can you hear it?
Yeah. Turn it up. Turn it up with the little microphone right there. There you go.
You hear it now?
Yeah. Turn it up all
the way. We're going to see how professional the Fort Worth Police Department really is.
There he comes up to me. Look how far away I am.
Hey, pause it for me right now.
Look how far away I am.
Pause it. I want to get a good shot of his face. Pause it.
Okay, I'm fine. Oops. Hang on.
Right there.
I got to get close to it. Hang on. Okay, there.
Oh, I wanted him looking forward, though, Carolina. Give me a good shot of him looking forward. Keep there, right. There. Wait, hold on. Wait, a little more. Let it play just another second. Another second. Right there. That works.
Look how far away I am.
Yeah, I know. Hang on a second. I'm doing this real quick. And snip, snip, snip. I got it. You good. Keep playing.
Didn't. No, you didn't. Why would you do it? If you told him that he had a choice. That was his choice. You didn't tell him he didn't have to do it. You did. No, you didn't. Well, what happens if you don't take it?
So right now, when you walked behind us, it distracted him from the stimulus that officer.
No, it didn't. I walked way around.
And you're in front of this field of view right now, and you distracted him from doing so.
Who did?
You did.
Distracted him from what?
From the field
No,
sobriety.
you did because you walked up to me.
Okay, we're done.
Okay. I guess we're done.
So this crack right here on the ground.
What am I saying? You can't detain me.
You're not detained.
I'm detained. You're telling me I can't sit past this line? I'm detained. I'm detained. I'm detained. Interference is a physical thing, man. Can't arrest me for free speech.
Look how far away Manuel is.
Actually,
Look how
pause
far
that
away
for
he
a
is.
second. Pause that for a second.
See how
Hey,
far away he is?
I know. Well, I know. Okay, so I know what he's doing. I know what they're trying to teach him now. So remember how they say, go way over there like they did with us with Prather?
Yeah.
That is detaining us because they're moving us. However,
I think
what
it's detained.
what he's trying to do now, and I don't, and that's just the way he's trained. I don't think he's. I don't want to insult him in case he's watching and saying he's not smart enough to understand what they're trying to teach him. But what they're trying to teach him is to prevent you from coming closer, so you're encroaching. That's per like why they do the 25-foot rule. By him going over there and establishing a line first, you can move around. You just can't encroach beyond that line. But here's what I don't get. He only did a straight line barrier. What if you decide to go to the other side of the street now? You'd be crossing that line, right?
That's right. I'm detained.
Then technically you'd be interfering to trying to walk across the street.
Yep, I'm detained.
So, where do we set? It needs to be a boundary, not a line in the ground. Not
I'm
to cross.
detained.
So if you want to have a boundary around, that's where I would. You know what he could have done? He could have gone to the back of his patrol car. He could have whipped out like 7 cones and said, "Okay, don't come within the cone."
No,
area."
you know what he could have done? He could have just shut the fuck up and went back to where he was. That's what
He
he
could
should
have
have
said that too.
All
Mark,
right.
all right, man. Have a good night. Sorry your baby's sick.
Yeah.
I hope she gets better.
We never ever interfere.
He tried
No,
to
I'm not saying that's interference, though.
He said that he didn't have to take it. He had a choice. He gave him a choice.
I'm just saying that. Carolina, pause it for a second, or go back to that. Go back to that part.
Go back to that part.
Yeah, go back to where he's talking to
Mata.
Yeah, it's gonna say okay. So when he's over there talking to Mata, pause it real quick.
Okay. Notice how Mata stands his
Okay,
ground.
so here's my question, and here's and this is why I was talking about a perimeter, not just a line. Okay, because technically you right here are.
How about if we
50,
just watch the video and not worry about all the technicality?
Hold on. Technically, you're about 15 feet closer than Mata is right now because the straight line, and he's over there.
Yeah.
Now, if
So
you
let's just
do
watch the video.
If you do a perimeter, then you all stay the same distance away. But go ahead, hit the movie.
All right, let's just watch the video.
He tried to say that he told he didn't have to take it. He said that he didn't have to take it. That he had a choice. That he gave him a choice. It's a Texas Penal Code 3815, and it says, a person commits an offense if the person with criminal negligence interrupts, disrupts, impedes, or otherwise interferes with a peace officer or cop while the peace officer is performing a duty or exercising authority imposed or granted by law. And it goes on and talks about emergency vehicles, ambulance drivers, firefighters, animal control people, the messing with the ham radios, another animal control thing, public health workers again, and so on and so forth, some security people, and then tells you that it's a Class B misdemeanor, but letter D says it is a defense to prosecution under this section that the interruption, disruption, impediment, or interference alleged consisted of speech alone. So written right into the statute, it's saying that free speech is allowed.
I'm going to scoot
Do you believe
forward.
that? I'm not even looking at you. I'm not even looking at you, man. Letter D says that free speech. I was so far away from his investigation that he had to holler to call me my name, me into the interaction. I didn't do anything. He hollered at me. So who's interfering with what? It's not me.
He was interfering with me.
Excuse me, can I say something? Who says I wasn't talking to you, dude. I'm asking you something. You're talking to me. I didn't do anything.
I don't need you to talk, Caroline.
Letter D says I can. An interference code.
Ah.
Yeah.
Interference is a physical thing. Interference is a physical thing. Can't get me for talking.
Look how far away we are.
He said that when I walk by, I distracted him. What about the cars on the road? Are they distracting too?
Those are distracting.
Oh, you're supposed to show me how to do it first.
Now I'm just talking to my audience. I'm not talking to them. So anyway, let me skip.
So I skipped through all the.
I'm gonna skip forward. I'm gonna skip forward. I'm gonna skip forward.
If I was the lawyer, I'd be asking where my evidence was.
Oh yeah, he poured all the evidence out. He searched the car.
You only told me to take 4 steps. You're supposed to say that for evidence. You're supposed to say that for evidence. You're supposed to say for evidence. Hey, yeah. If I was the lawyer, I'd be asking where my evidence was.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
Watching a fit sobriety test is not to look for loopholes so that the driver can get away with it. No, the goal is to make sure that the police follow the rules when they're enforcing the laws. That's what we're asking for.
We're not trying to get drunk drivers off the road. We're trying to make sure they follow the rules. That's it. Okay. I mean, what I'm saying is, we want drunk drivers not to be in trouble, not causing wrecks either. Uh-oh.
Go to the gym and get on the treadmill. This investigation is over. 2 of the cruisers have already left along with the prisoner. Now we're down to just 1 cruiser waiting for the tow truck. The investigation's over now. I'm walking away because I don't want to get arrested. Stay with the tow truck.
Here it comes.
Don't be a liar. Why don't you do things the right way instead of lying like that?
There's Manuel on the other side.
You know, it's not really a win if you cheat when you win. I could have driven that truck home, but then didn't give me a chance.
This is what they choose for.
Yeah, one on each side. Hey, what's the last? Uh-oh.
Here we go.
And you're investigating. This is fun. What are you investigating? What are you investigating?
Look how close I am to you.
That's not you. That is not you. What crime is that? It's not interference. It's not interference. There's about 10 of them. Which one? What? Are you serious? For what? No, he's not. Why are you doing that?
Oh, Carolina, pause that.
That wasn't shown in court.
No, go back to 5 seconds.
That was not shown in court.
Go back. I know. Go back. Okay. Right. No, keep going right there. I want you to play it until about the 9:09 mark.
Yep.
No, I noticed something that you just broke policy about.
Let's make a free appeal.
Pause it. Right. No, keep going until I say right here. I'm saying pause. Right.
You shook your son. What are you investigating?
Right. Come on, Mateo. Hurry up and do it.
That is on you. What crime is that?
It's when he grabs him.
It's not an appearance. It's about 10 of
Right
what?
here. Does that look like a chokehold to you or not?
No. No.
How did they miss that?
I tried to tell them to use this video right here.
He put him in a chokehold right there. He
Right,
should
there's
have
a
never
chokehold.
grabbed
That's
it.
illegal.
He should have never grabbed him around the neck.
That's appeal.
That's going to be grounds for an appeal.
Yeah.
Hold on. Don't hit play or anything. Hang on. Let me take a snapshot of that real quick.
That's a chokehold.
That is a chokehold. You're not allowed to put your arm around unless it's life
And plus, he was
threatening.
backing up.
If I would have known that today, I would have, because I
told him last night.
Mateo chokehold. That's grounds for an appeal right there, but they didn't bring it up, I don't think, but it's all good.
Are you serious?
Now, what's he doing with his arm? Trying to break his arm?
No, he's trying to do an armbar takedown or pain compliance.
But Manuel's doing a ragdoll.
Oh, no, not.
He's got him by the throat still. I mean,
Yeah, he had him by the throat.
And now he's got his ring on his dick.
That's on you. That is on you. What crime is that, bitch? It's not an appearance. Which one? It's not an appearance. There's about 10 of them. Which one? What?
Yep.
He's trying to do an armbar, which is what he does right there, but he still got him by the neck.
Yeah.
Not the shoulder.
Which one? Yeah, all he did was ask which one. Again, are you serious? Use this no interference here. How are you going to explain that? You should just detain him. You're done. He asked you which line. You got off the record. Oh, you got my bro, you fucking put your knee on my dick. I see that knee off my dick, bro.
So why did he go to jail and I didn't go to jail?
Oh, they brought that up. They brought that up in the courtroom today.
Yeah, I know.
Because they asked, why didn't you now Carolina, pause it for a second. Let me pull something up. Because I don't know if you were in the courtroom when they brought this up. But this is where they tried to go, but it still wasn't what he was doing. Here, I'm gonna pull this up.
Oh, I have to minimize this, don't I?
No, you don't. Leave it there.
I can, okay.
I'm gonna try to blow that up for a second. Hang on. There, you can read that, right?
Yeah.
That's
Texas
what they
Government Code, unauthorized
introduced.
Obtaining use or disclosure of criminal history record information penalty. Oh.
Now, what they're trying to say is he was interfering when he started videoing the CMIS, which is what the criminal history thing is on his computer. Problem is, CJ pulled up the screenshots at those times when he was standing there. He didn't have CMIS even pulled up. He had the call sheet pulled up, which is a public record.
Right.
But they were trying to pull this shit right here.
They're so stupid.
So, but yeah, I don't know why they didn't use Mata's video and your video. They should have been introduced both as evidence, both of them, not just one.
Mine really showed like how he was backing up. You could see how far away he was already when he got out, you know.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like with Chili. Chili was backing up too, but you couldn't really see how far he was backing up until you saw the dash cam.
Right.
But if there had been another point of view, like yours.
But it didn't matter because it all comes back to the jury not looking at just this one specific incident. They're looking at it overall.
Right.
They're not looking at this one specific incident. Like, because if you just look at this one specific incident, he was not interfering. But those prosecutors made the jury believe that we do this all the time. That they had to put it in a class about First Amendment auditors because we just do it all the time. We don't.
What's up with this? I can't tell if this person's trolling us or just.
What, this person named Nightbot? I see that Nightbot person everywhere.
No, this person right here, Internet God, says two
God.
legal geniuses.
We're not claiming to be a lawyer, so boo boo boo. Are you? If you think you're a legal genius, why don't you come up here and tell us how it's supposed to be? Because we're not legal geniuses. Maybe you think we are.
I'm maybe a legal genius if I had a law degree, but I come up.
We don't have law degrees. What the hell? We're just we're trying to work through it.
But you know what? Everything that I came up with Mark and everything I came up with CJ, they both said I've got that exact same thing written right here. So somebody without a law degree. So they're already ahead of me, but that's because they've got more privy to the case and had more time before I got involved.
Maybe because they're legal geniuses and we're not.
That's just because I'm a little behind the curve. That's it. But
hey,
no.
What's that guy's name? Internet God? Internet God, what do you do? Where are you? Where's never mind, I don't even have to worry about it.
Hey, you know what? I don't want to beat up the person too bad because they like dogs. They have like videos of their dogs and stuff up. And they only have 100. They only have 101 subscribers. I'm a I love my brownie boy. I know you love your baby. So
yeah, I tried to save one.
Where is your
Chihuahua? I had tried to save one today, but that's and then I got it was they locked the courtroom doors at 4:30, so I couldn't get back in.
Well, I'll tell you right now, between your case and Mata's case, I think your case.
Let's talk about the Dawson Red kids.
Well, your case is hard because there's so many things that were wrong on both sides.
Yeah.
Like, you did kind of walk into a crime scene, but it's not like it was clearly.
Are you serious? Are you really saying that?
Hold on.
Oh my God! You did not just say that. I was walking into a crime scene. I was not walking into a crime scene because you know why?
Can you let me finish?
No.
Can you let me finish?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. But I can see where the perception that it wasn't because it wasn't per their policy to be clearly marked.
How about the girls didn't have their cameras on? They didn't have their cameras on. Nobody had their cameras on. He didn't turn his on until he got out of the car.
Hold on. Do you know how many times I had to watch all those videos to see that there was another patrol car way down on the end, but there's no red and blue lights on?
I didn't walk into a crime scene because they weren't investigating anything.
Technically, if there's an accident investigation going on, and obviously that was Mark's good arguing point, though, was if it's an active crime scene, why wasn't there, an active investigation? Maybe that's the word I need to use.
I have a better question for you.
What's
if
that?
It was a hit and run accident, why was there not a mark on that car? There must have been God driving that car because there was not a mark on that car.
We didn't get a really good side of the driver's side, but from the angle,
there was nothing on that car. If you look at my video from the before this one,
yeah.
What happened is I was live for about an hour, and then my camera went dead, and then I started filming for the next 7 minutes.
The one before the 7-minute one?
Yeah, you can see it on there. There's no damage on it whatsoever.
Now, according to the claim, okay, this is the claim on the Fort Worth PD side. They're claiming that, if I recall,
he did nick that car. He did nick it.
Like a building or nicked the building.
Yeah, but they exaggerated. He nicked the other car as he was pulling in. That's all he did.
To be honest with you, from what I could see on that silver car, or that truck, even with the overhead of the shot you were looking at when you were over there on that side, yeah. I didn't see a mark either. But I'm not saying
he nicked it. What happened was his right rear panel, where his passenger side, where he nicked the other cars he was pulling in. That's all he did. They have it on video.
But it wasn't like you intentionally went over there to interfere in anything. I mean. No. My whole point is, if you were truly walking in, now, if you want to base it off an actual scene that they claim that was going on,
yeah,
Okay, you technically walked in, but here's the problem I have with all that. There
You
were
should
no
have more.
indicators. There were no indicators to indicate that there was actually an investigative for a reasonable person to go walking through there to find out what was going on. So
I
you don't
walked
have
around there for an hour and everybody ignored me. Nobody told me I was in the middle of a crime scene.
That's my whole point. You got no red and blue. Mark covered all this. No red and blue lights.
Right,
No
but nobody
cones,
told me.
no crime scene tape. No personnel to keep you out of the exterior perimeter. And then nobody had body cameras on.
And those two girls ignored me. Why didn't they just say, "Hey, you're walking into a crime scene. You need to step on the sidewalk"? I always complied.
That's why I said technically. That's why I said if you want to get technical about it, yes, you maybe did. You maybe did.
The whole problem is that they did not judge me on the specific act alone. They judged me on future acts and acts from the past, not from that moment, that little moment.
But let me ask you this question, Carolina. How many times?
Uh-huh.
How many times has it happened to you, Mata, me, or any other auditor, or a cop watcher, or citizen journalist, whatever you want to label us, where a cop has lied to us and said they were dealing with an active investigation when they really weren't, just so that they didn't have to deal with us?
Well, I don't know because they lied.
But that's what I'm saying. How do we know if they're telling the truth or not? I can't believe anything that comes out of a cop's mouth because they're all liars.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be, and according to the jury, oh my God, they couldn't tell a lie because they're so honest. They're police officers.
Oh yeah, remember when they were picking the jury? That question.
Yeah, nothing but bootlickers. I mean, look, I want to reward.
One of the jury questions was, if our cops, or do you hold cops at a higher level than you do with regular people? Than you do regular people? And people were like, yes, cops are better than regular people. Cops don't lie. Regular people do.
Actually, to be honest with you, regular people tell the truth more than the cops do.
But yeah.
And cameras are absolutely truthful because they don't lie. Now,
anyway.
when's the next city council meeting?
Not till January.
Okay, because I'm going to start going to every city council meeting now.
Told ya.
Well, I have more free time,
Carolina. You can go to Commissioner's Court once too. They're at 10 o'clock every other Tuesday.
Carolina, I have a lot of free time now.
Well, okay. If you have free time, the Commissioner's Court is really a big problem because I didn't spend a lot of time with the election that came, so I was too busy with my own problems. But we actually got some guys on the Commissioner's Court now that believe that state, and church need to be together. We have 3 Commissioner Court guys on our Commissioner's Court that believe that the state and church need to be together, like Israel.
Well, they can't be because they can't supersede the Constitution supremacy clause.
That's what they want. They want the church and the state, and that's where it starts. It starts at this level before it moves up into the Supreme Court.
That's Republican bootlickers for you.
There you go. So they want the state, and they want the state and the church to be together. So. And
no offense to you Republicans in the chat, I just mean those right-wing bootlicker type Republicans, not the ones that are. I can make my own decisions.
But it's so funny because they're so God-fearing and God this and God that. But
that's my point.
You got a defendant on trial, and they tell you, God told me in a dream to kill my children. Well, they should believe her. Shouldn't they believe that woman if God told her in a dream that she should kill her children?
Carolina, I like to play
on
video.
live. I'm sorry, on live.
No, I know. I'd like to play a video that just came through, if you don't mind.
Sure, go ahead. It's your show.
It's but look who this is.
Oh, who put that up?
Leroy Truth.
Oh my God, this video is so old.
No, he just did this video.
Did he? That video right there. That video, I remember that video.
Hang on, I don't hear no volume. Hang on a second. Do you hear volume on your end?
No. That picture, like, oh. I remember that day.
I don't know why he's got no volume. I mean, he's covering your story. I mean, I went to his channel. I don't know why he's got no volume on his channel.
Because
Oh,
when
you
you
know
do
what?
when you do the share, there's a little tiny box you have to check. A little tiny box.
Hang on a second. Let me check something. Hang on. Maybe it's something I did. Hang on. Leroy. Oh, where'd you go, Leroy? I just had you up. Leroy. Shoot, there you go. But yeah, maybe I'm thinking maybe it was something I did on my end. Hang
That's
on.
no video. Anyways,
Maybe.
the newspaper called me today to ask me what I thought about Kruger getting fired.
What'd you say?
I told him, I mean, I felt bad for the whole thing because they never should have hired him in the first place since he was fired at his other place for that, for excessive force. But I said, what took so long? My question is, why did it take so long? And why did they wait till after my trial to do it? Right? Right.
Yep. I don't know
But
why
anyway.
I got no volume. But that.
Anyways, I gotta go anyways.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hang up now. Hey, David Murphy. Hey, King Chow
David
Chow.
Murphy in the house. Oh, it has volume. I'm trying to get volume, guys.
Well, let me see if I can find it on my end here.
Look what Keebler's saying. Go to Commissioner Court and get Kruger on agenda. Make sure they know about him and pull his bond and keep him barred. When did you say they meet? Every Tuesday?
Every Tuesday. Every other Tuesday.
Hang on. I think it's my browser. Hang on. I'm just reloading here.
It's when you share it. It's gotta. Let me see if I can.
No, it was my browser. It wasn't you.
But anyways, I'm gonna jam and let you show that.
Why you don't like that video?
No, that video is great.
I am Leroy Truth.
It's just that I have
There
to.
we go. I got
I've just
volume now.
honestly, this is why I have to go. I'm so sick.
Yeah, you sound like you got the sniffles or something.
I took some of this just before it came on, and I'm feeling kind of drowsy.
Hey, no drugs. No drugs.
I know, but I already did my test today. So
no alcohol. That has alcohol in it too.
Well, I don't test again for another 30 days.
That's what makes you drowsy.
No, I didn't know that. Has it got alcohol?
Look, yeah, it's like point. Oh,
I'm gonna do another shot though. I've got my shot glass.
Well, don't let the judge see you doing it.
I got sick in jail.
Well, yeah, you probably got COVID in jail.
They kept moving me from cell to cell. You know, it was bad.
Yeah, you know, if so let's reconvene tomorrow now that we've figured out what got jacked up today.
Good.
See what we
Sounds
can do
good. So I'm gonna take my NyQuil, and not on camera. Well, I already took my NyQuil, but I'm gonna take another half a shot because I just don't feel good. I crash.
We'll let you.
I'll be looking for a new video tomorrow. I'm gonna work on my channel tomorrow. So be looking for a new video tomorrow.
Well, guys, we got two of our own freed in Texas. Can't help with Craig Hendry in Kentucky, but look at that. Hide your camera. Is it cherry flavor?
Yeah.
Oh, the cherry's the best.
Yeah. I just have my nose has been going. I'm just been coughing a lot. I mean, you can kind of hear it.
You need to try to get some of that Mucinex. Let that shit just get through your.
Oh, I know. I love the Mucinex too, but I'm gonna
try some jalapeno. Try some jalapenos. Snort that stuff. Let it all clear up.
It should. So that's why I'm gonna go because I just don't feel good.
I got you.
Thank you for having me on the show, though. I appreciate you.
I always appreciate when you come up here. It's always fun.
Thanks for everybody coming in. Thank you, David Murphy.
That's what's maintained 20 people in here instead of 6.
It's the base. King Chow Chow. It's the base. Oh,
it's the base.
Yeah. Thank you for all the well wishes and everything, and everybody standing in my corner, and appreciate y'all.
Well, if you want to go out,
everybody who helped with the commissary, dudes, that helped so much.
Well, just
so we're gonna let's go ahead and tomorrow I'm gonna try to get information on how to put some money onto the account for Mata, because the commissary, if you don't have commissary, you need it for money. It's money. If you use it for money in there,
He's not going to jail though. He's out.
Well, that's right. He's out.
Alternate between cold/flu pills instead of just taking one.
Or what if I take another one?
No, they said like next dosage, make sure you take cold, not the flu.
It says every 4 hours or something like that.
I think it's every 6. 6
Yeah,
to
every
8.
6. You're right.
Are you kidding? I lived on that
I did
stuff
a
for a
shot and a
while.
half. I did a shot and a half, so I should be good.
I live
So I'm
on
going
that
to bed,
stuff.
guys.
I live on that stuff when I'm sick, so I get it.
I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to be sleeping hard. So thanks for having me in. I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. Thank you.
Have yourself a good night.
I'm going to sleep good.
You're going to sleep good for the first time in a week.
Yeah, I did a little. I slept pretty good last night too, but I'm going to sleep really good tonight. So thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all.
We will see you later.
I'm out. I'm out. Let's see.
Okay, I was gonna say, you want me just to remove you? There we go. Anyways, let's watch this. Leroy, I want to see what they've got to say about Carolina.
That cop, Officer Freddie Krueger, was just fired.
She was recording police officers in the course of her duty.
How do you know if they paid or not?
Hey, ladies.
How do you guys know if they paid or not? Oh, they're going to ignore me too. Help, rape, fire. That's great community relations too. How do you know if they paid or not, ladies? Hey, ladies. Hey, Krueger. No, I'm not going to before. There's no nothing.
You can go to the other side of the street. You're going to get arrested. I'm not warning you again.
What are you talking about?
Go to the other side of the street right now.
Wait, tell me why first.
You're under arrest. You're not.
No, I'm not under it. Okay.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
Welcome, Truth Seekers. I am Leroy Truth of Leroy Truth Investigations.
I am Leroy Truth from Leroy Truth Investigations, because the truth matters. I am Leroy Truth.
Giant news, big news, breaking news. CFW Carolina in Fort Worth. The police officer, the person, the psycho, violent cop who violently ASSAU, Carolina, when she was doing nothing more than holding her camera and exercising her constitutional rights by observing police, documenting that when she was violently knocked out, almost unalived. That cop, Officer Freddie Krueger, was just fired. It took them 4 months to say, yes, he used excessive force. You think? It wouldn't have taken you or I 4 months. It would have taken watching the video once, maybe a few more times, just to see everything that he did criminal against Carolina. Well, let's take a look at this. This is from the NBC DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth NBC website here. And we have Fort Worth officer fired over use of force in woman's cop watch video arrest. The story is skewed, of course, because it's mainstream media, and they do not want to tell the full truth, as you'll see.
Okay, guys. Rami just let me know that my banner is updated. There you go. One criminal cop, 2 more to go. At least in the that I've got on the radar. So, what do you guys think of the new banner? What do you guys think of the new banner? Rami worked hard on it, guys. Criminal cops. Put a 1 in the chat if you like the new update. Put a 2 if you don't like it. One in the chat if you like it, 2 that you don't. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Hell yeah, Rami. I'm going to put a bunch of 1s in there. I love it. I love it. There you go. So, let me go back to the video. Hang on a second.
See here. Fort Worth police fired an officer Wednesday after an investigation into a complaint about the use of force. The department said, here, let's make this bigger for you here. I want you to be able to see this clearly. The department said Chief Neil Noakes terminated Officer Matthew Kruger, a.k.a. Freddy Krueger, after they said the level of force used to arrest a woman last summer was unjustified and violated departmental policy. Well, how about it violated human decency? Carolina is one of the sweetest women you will ever meet in your life. I've talked to her numerous times, and she wouldn't hurt a fly. Where are the criminal charges in this case? And if I'm missing something, I'm just doing this now. And if any updates have happened, please let me know. And if he was criminally charged, I'll do an update. But if it wasn't, I mean, major problem. If you or I did this to anyone, we would have been arrested immediately, huge bail, and would have been indicted like this. Rightfully so. But police somehow, they don't get indicted. Most of the time, they get fired. Free pass for violence. Not right. It's got to be the same for all of us. Now, Kruger was among a group of officers responding to a hit-and-run call on Folk Street at about 3:30 a.m. on June 23rd, where police said someone crashed into a vehicle and building before running away on foot. As police investigated the crash, they said the officers were approached by Carolyn Rodriguez, a woman who, she said, regularly films cop watch videos in the district. And all it is, she doesn't interfere. She's observing, and she's going to ask questions, of course. She never physically interferes. And it says in the video, the woman and officer referred to each other by name. So, of course, they did know each other. Police said Kruger, a.k.a. Freddy Krueger, asked the woman to move across the street multiple times. And then when she didn't do so, he used force to arrest her. Let's use more accurate language. Profound violence to knock her out. Didn't just use force. He used possible deadly force. What did she do? It's called a personality violation. Cop had to assert dominance. Instead of just do your business. She'll document your body camera's on, her camera's on. But he had to exert physical dominance and ended up almost unaliving her. Sick. The police department shared the officer's body camera video, which included audio. In that audio, an officer exited his police SUV and said, "Caroline, we're busy. Go to the other side of the street." She responded, "No, I'm not going to." She doesn't have to. As long as she's not literally physically interfering with him. And I saw the video. I covered this video back in June. He had no authorization over her. Not her daddy. And even if her daddy told her, she's a grown woman. Told her to go to the other side of the street or get arrested, and that he wouldn't warn her again. Personality violation. She committed no crime. The woman replied, Carolina replied, "What are you talking about?" He again told her to go to the other side of the street, and she responded, "Why? Wait, tell me why first." The officer had enough. His ego was fatally violated. And the officer then told the woman she was under arrest and told her to put her arm behind her back and turn around. The woman could be heard saying, "No, no, no." Okay. As the officer puts her arm behind her back and she falls to the ground. Whoa, 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 whoa. And I'm going to show some of the video in here. This platform, YouTube, they made your shadow BANNED. My last video when I showed everything. So I'll show a little bit of it here. She didn't just fall to the ground. He slammed her on her freaking face. A few moments later, as the officer told the woman to stop resisting, snoring was heard. It's called agonal breathing. It's when you're just about dead or you're dying, and it's the body's automated systemic response. And it was disturbing sound. And one of the female officers said the woman was bleeding. Yeah, from her freaking skull. The arrest ended up putting Rodriguez in the hospital. She told NBC5 that her eye socket and cheeks were bruised, black and yellow, and you see the picture here, and that she suffered a concussion in the arrest. That can have long-standing, lifelong effects. She said she needed stitches on her lip and that her elbow and shoulder were knocked out of joint. I mean, this is messed up. She said she felt sore in her neck, arm, and back. And this is a beautiful woman. Look what they did to her. Look what he did to her. Freddy Krueger, Matthew Freddy Krueger. After she received medical care, Rodriguez was booked into jail and charged with interference with public duties, resisting arrest and or detention, evading arrest, and making a false alarm or report. Where were the good police officers or the good supervisors saying, I saw the video. She did nothing wrong. Yeah, maybe she bruised your ego a little bit. Maybe she was a little annoying. Guess what? There is no crime for simple, if you find her a little bit annoying. I'm just going to the extreme. If that's the worst he has. I didn't find her annoying. She's talking with him. And he could have just ignored her, gone about his job. Fort Worth police opened 2 investigations into the incident, and Matthew Freddy Krueger was transferred to from patrol to a unit without public interaction, but still getting paid this whole time. After a thorough interview of the Internal Affairs Investigation, Officer Matthew Freddy Krueger's chain of command determined that the level of force used was unjustified and violated department policy. That really kind of makes it so much lighter than it seems. It was possible, MANSLUGHTER. I'm spelling that right. I'm saying that because of this platform. They have certain keywords that then they won't show this video. Police said Krueger had been with the department for about 8 years and was assigned to the Patrol Bureau at the time of the incident. The Fort Worth Police Department is committed to excellence, with officers dedicated to serving our community with integrity every day. Liars, pants on fire. That person wasn't trained right, or they were a psychopath, or both. And I can just about guarantee you, and I believe there were some other incidents in the past that he was accused of. So this is not a surprise. You gotta take out psychos, and you have to create a police culture that respects rights and respects people like Carolina and the work she does. Not cracks her skull open. Now, what is a First Amendment audit or cop watch video? Let's see what NBC News says. First Amendment audits are when people exercise their right to record video in public places while also trying to solicit responses from officials. Stop that. See, this is the skewed garbage, lamestream, lying media. Part 1, true. First Amendment audits are when people exercise their right to record video in public places. Period. And could be doing a stress test to make sure public officials and police are honoring and respecting and protecting our constitutional rights. Period. Not while also trying to solicit responses from officials. That's on them. If someone has a camera and they're recording, best thing, you're on camera, be friendly. You're an ambassador for your department, police officers, like the Union City police officers, like this Edison police officer I just highlighted who defied unlawful, unconstitutional orders from the president of a board of education in Edison, New Jersey. Be friendly to someone with a camera or ignore it. We are, myself, anyone who does First Amendment activism is not looking to get a response or reaction. That's on them. If they choose to interfere with us, we're recording, they say, you can't put me on camera. Why go up to a person with a camera and say, don't video record me? You've seen it thousands of times with your various channels. The people come up to us, you can't put me on recording or stop recording me. I wasn't even paying attention to you until you got right in front of me. So, of course, I'm going to record you now. So NBC media here, lamestream, I would call them, they are totally skewed, supporting violence. They're in a not so subtle way saying that Carolina deserved it. CFW, Carolina, and Fort Worth deserved it. That's what they're saying there. Now, sometimes the videos appear provocative to test whether a public official violates a person's constitutional rights. Personally, my personal perspective, just go and record. People, if they're smart and they understand our constitutional rights, won't say anything stupid or interact with you in a negative way. If they do, it's on them. Now, video of this type of interaction has become popular on social media where they can amass millions of views. And the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, and again, this is, of course, Carolina right behind me here, right before she was knocked out. If people choose to be idiots or have ego violations. That's on them if police choose to do that. It's so simple. Just be friendly. And not just because the camera's around, but ideally you're being friendly and going to honor and respect and support every American's constitutional rights. All of them, not just the first. So, Carolina, I'm so proud of you that you never give up. You're always professional. I find you kind and warm, and you're a sweetheart. And of course, you didn't deserve what he did to you. And I hope your lawsuit is a huge win for you, though, unfortunately, the taxpayers have to pay it. And it's what it is when the police officers start paying it. And their pension, it comes out of their pension. That's when things will change. I'm Leroy Truth. God bless you all. Please follow.
Please make sure you go over to Leroy Truth, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so. You know, just trying to keep Carolina's story alive so these cops know what they can and can't do. You might have gotten a conviction out of it, but I'm telling you right now.
Carolina's page, her YouTube channel, CFW Carolina in Fort Worth. Please subscribe to Leroy Truth Investigations. God bless you. And remember, alone we fall, united we stand, and we'll be successful. And as Martin Luther King said, the problem is not that we are outnumbered. The problem is that we have been out-organized. We are organizing peacefully to take back our government, to make America free again, and hold the police officers who do the wrong thing and the public officials and the mayors like corrupt Mayor Brian Stack of Union City, New Jersey, accountable to the full extent of the law. Thanks very much. That cop.
There we go, guys. So I think I'm going to call it for the night. Grateful Dad, that's funny. For you guys, you guys can help. Go ahead and help if you can't. Appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit my like and subscribe button if you already haven't done so. Make sure you guys, if you guys can, I got a Cash App. I got all kinds of donation buttons you can hit. Just help me keep going, guys. Plan on doing some more stuff now that the trials are over. So I got to put together a little bit of footage, work on a couple other things, but I'm going to be back to cop watching on Friday and Saturday nights. But yep, I just wanted to kind of update you guys. I didn't expect to be on here for 3 hours. That's crazy that I've been on here this long. It's fun because I got to make up for early this morning that I didn't do. So yeah, I appreciate everybody coming. Let me see who's live first because we're gonna do a BZ Watchdog raid. So let me see who's live first. Hang on a second. We got Vegas Vips, Generally Specific, Lane Myers. How about we do this? Let me go here. All right, everybody go over to Lane Myers and put in BZ Watchdog Raid because I'm going to head over there for a few minutes.
I'm going to be in prison soon.
But I appreciate you guys coming in.
They just had 11 chances to put me in jail.
Appreciate y'all.
Felonies,
see y'all in the next live stream. Later, Gators. Please donate if you can.
Break the law. I'm just
order something from tapsecurityproducts.com. And with that being said, I'll see you on the next live stream.
Another great product brought to you by Tap Security Products. Streetwise Security Products has manufactured another fine product brought to you by Tap Security Products. This is the Falcon 5-inch spring-assisted Second Amendment knife. It's got a 3-inch handle with a 2-inch blade that has the Second Amendment of the Bill of Rights etched and engraved into the blade, as you can see here. It also has a seatbelt cutter along with a glass breaker at the very end of this knife, along with a beautiful American flag handle. The Second Amendment knife retails for $19.99. Right now you can buy it through till the end of Christmas online at tapsecurityproducts.com for a low special price of $14.95 plus tax and shipping. Again, that's tapsecurityproducts.com. Get your products and stuffing stockers now.